Hell Ranger, 1 versus 5, and this is going to be Velocity Gaming winning TEC Challenger Series.
The clock is ticking down. Velocity can feel it. Velocity have done it. 3-2. They take the grand finals and are your undisputed champions.
Too slow.
I have to say this over and over again. Far Esports always.
In a fair fight, I'd still kill you.
At a Far Esports, they have the advantage and they're gonna.
I am the hunter!
I feel like maybe they can just cure.
I will stop anyone who tries to come through.
Cargo. And Skippy gets another one to SMX. That's gonna.
You better run, Sova.
Despite will get planted, Night Rider now with the Blade Storm. Jumping in, looking for something.
Goodness. Far Esports unexpectedly, but Shibby is there to watch the back of White Horse as he diffuses this spike. And this is going to be Far Esports beating XE 13-4, and they make it over to the quarterfinals.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 3, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD, with ACT as our fiber partner and AFK Gaming as our media partner. I'm CA, your host and caster for the day, joined by Aggressive. For this upper bracket quarterfinals we have coming up, it's going to be Far Esports versus Exotic Nexus. Really exciting matchup coming up. Aggressive, how are you feeling, man?
A bit under the weather, but for this match, I gotta hype it up as much as I can because this is gonna be a match to remember. Teams are gonna be going through quarterfinals matches, and it's gonna be huge. I'm really looking forward to see what Far Esports bring to the table this time around.
Yeah, now let's take a second to quickly look at the map screen, see what we have in store for us in the best of 3 matchup about to come. Split is the first map coming up, Bind the second, and Haven the third. I personally am really excited with the way the map choices are set up, because Split, for me, one of my favorite maps to cast because of the immense possibilities that each team can have in terms of pure creativity. We've seen a lot of teams just blossom on this map. What do you think, Aggressive? Like, do you think we're seeing Far Esports just dominate, or do you think Exotic Nexus have what it takes to take down Far?
When I consider Far, they're a team that is extremely well-oiled and disciplined, and maybe pulling out something spicy like your favorite Big Viper, maybe the thing that they need to actually win against Far Esports. Exotic Nexus have players that are extremely high when it comes to mechanical skill, discipline, and when it comes to their own raw potential. But against Far, that is not alone going to get you through any of these fights. You need to be well-oiled as a team. You need to pull off the stress, and you need to outsmart Far, which is not an easy task in hand, but you need to consider all of the possibilities and play outside of the book against such a team such as Far.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Now, guys, remember, just for you, we have a massive sale going down in the description below for the LG monitors. Make sure you go down there, check the links out, upgrade your peripherals. It's always better to have a larger amount of FPS. Just give you that slight edge over your opponents. Also, Series 4 registration is open. These teams, they have a chance for double elimination. But if you're one of the teams who could not make it this far, looking to get better and better, you can go now, register with your squad mates, and look forward to Series 4. But in this matchup, Far Esports versus Exotic Nexus, they're a team that we've known from Series 2 and 3, Series 2, but they're not a team that we've got to see a lot on stream. Similarly, Far Esports, they are more of a team that came together now, but with known players. Going into game, I'm really curious about how each sort of lineup will deal with the pressure coming up. It's going to be Far Esports on the attacking side, Exotic Nexus on the defensive side. Instantly, Night Rider on that jet, dashes into Rams, gets the opening kill onto Collie, and it's going to be a man advantage for Far Esports. Far Esports, similar lineup to the side of Exotic Nexus with the sole difference of the Killjoy versus the Cypher. This is going to be an interesting matchup. Far Esports already 2 men up.
Sword already 2-man up, and just as you were talking, nothing really happened, and then immediately we see 2 bodies just drop onto that A side and 1 onto the mid. This is just gonna hurt Exotic Nexus so much. 5 versus 3 scenario, and they're looking to push onto this A side. The Omen just chilling in the back of spawn, but this is gonna hurt so much in the long run as the RV is just gonna be rushing on through. SMX uses the smokes, and the White Horse is taking control onto the side. Scargod gets 1 kill. We're gonna be sitting 2 people on the heaven, but they're just gonna be going into the waiting arms of Knight Rider, but Knight Rider is just waiting it out, holding their angles. They're not really pushing up much at all. 2 players going onto the CT side, coming onto Garden. It's just gonna be holding strong, but against a team such as Far Esports, 2 versus 5, it's not a good odds. That's just as I said. Far SMX comes in from that side, taking down DX, and White Horse taking down Nepu. Multiple members go down, and Far Esports take that round in a very convincing half.
Team Eats, what a perfect way to start off this matchup for Far Esports. This is Far Esports map split is their pickup, so they should look a bit more comfortable here. But the fact that Exotic Nexus and Far have very similar compositions, I'm looking forward to seeing how this Cypher versus Killjoy ends up panning out, because generally we find the Killjoy slightly easier to execute, but Cypher much more flexible, much more better for the higher skill cap players. Now Far Esports once again on the attack, buys for them, eco round for the side of Exotic Nexus. We'll have to see if Exotic Nexus can try to pull off a thrifty. Knight Rider just dashing in instantly, his teammates covering his back, taking down DX. Nepu gets a return kill onto White Horse though, and it's 4v4, the spike carrier is down. Exotic Nexus looking to do as much damage as they can. Knight Rider runs out of bullets, pulls out of Ghost, and just like that, instantly, so fast for Far Esports, like they did in A, they do in B, and should be able to take down this round.
What were those moves from SMX though? He's like, oh, open dip time, turns around, swivels through the air, and then immediately just teleports up there. He caught out the enemy Omen by entirely on a surprise, but an extremely well executed round. Of course, this was an eco round for the side of Team Exotic Nexus. They took 1 gun away from White Horse. Some damage has been done, but overall an amazing round coming out from Far Esports. And moving into the next round is gonna be the buy phase. So let us see what Exotic Nexus are going to be pulling out of the table.
Yeah, Far Esports, they got the easy ramp for themselves. They're going to stick to 5 Spectres, not really looking to invest too heavily. For the side of Exotic Nexus though, they have full buys all around, so this is their round to try to pull something back. They have 3 members down at B, with the alarm bot covering the mid vents. I really like that. They're choosing to give up the mid vents to play a bit sort of defensively and let Far Esports come to them. We'll have to see if this works out, because Far Esports, they're going to that alarm bot. This could be a disaster for either team.
This could be disaster, but the alarm bot's not really doing it out. It's going to be waiting it out. They spot it out. Scargod, really well played. He's just going to be playing it patient. He's not going to get any sort of audio cues as time passes. They do not know that he has the mid control. Boombody has been used to try and find out some information. Spots out 1. Knows that they are inside of mid vents. And the rotations will be called from Exotic Nexus. But they're playing it very disciplined. They're holding their sidelines. They're holding it strong. But just as I say, they're going to be pushing onto this B site right now. Everyone from Far Esports is just going to be holding, but still White Horse and Knight Rider are just chilling outside of A. They probably have the A control soon enough, but the bomb is sitting inside of B, and immediately the reverse calls are being called out. Exotic Nexus, they need to start running and booking it onto this A side, but the control has already been taken over. But just as said, Tentop takes that 1 tap onto White Horse, and DX as well. They're just going to be cleaning up house. An extremely well played round coming out from Exotic Nexus. They did over-rotate, but with Tentop getting that amazing 1 tap onto White Horse, and immediately DX coming in from spawn, taking those multiple frags onto Heaven, that is all that they needed to clean up that round, making it a comeback for their side, leading the scoreboard 1 and 2.
For Esports, they try to play that round really creatively, forcing the rotations before choosing to commit to A site. But the side of Exotic Nexus, I have to give so much props to the way they play that round. They came into that round with the idea that, hey, we're always going to take a step back and play defensively and try to go back for the retake or the heaven fight. They do exactly that. They're like, we are okay with giving up ground because we believe in our capability to pull it back. They do that 10p with multiple kills, 3 in that round, able to get that buy round win for Exotic Nexus. Now for this is their buy round. They should be able to afford almost full loadouts all across. So this is for far to win and Exotic Nexus to take the lead. We'll see which team is able to come out on top. Now Bad Love throws out the boom bot towards mid side, gets some information regarding Far Esports positioning and will back up. For the side of Exotic Nexus, you can see multiple members stacked on B side, the normal B side entry covered by the Killjoy abilities. Far looking to play this really slow, just the raise towards B, the rest of the members towards mid, looking for picks before they commit to any particular site. Both teams at a standstill, at a Mexican standoff, looking to the other team to make a mistake, to make a move, and then punish the other team for that move. It's gonna have to be Far looking to make the first move with just 30 seconds left. They're looking to commit to site A.
30 seconds left.
Hard to it as they pushing in and running out, but Collie, he's just gonna be sitting there, probably gonna get caught out, but just as I said, Night Rider gets that one kill. Collie able to take out Night Rider though. 1-for-1 trades going out from both sides, but White Horse comes in to the heaven side of B, taking out Battle Up. They thought that the rotations were being called out, but an expertly played execution from Far Esports, but this is gonna do if DX does not die. DX does fall to the hands of Scargod. Collie and Nepu coming up onto the heaven side. They don't know where they are, but they're gonna be checking immediately. The first contact has been made. The spray is true for the side of Nepu, taking down Scargod. But SMX, he's just gonna be chilling up on that high ground. Collie does not know. Will he check that corner is the real question. He's not gonna go for it. Trapwire does catch him out. If he beats his corner, he's gonna die towards the hands of Far SMX. And Far Whitehorse is able to clean up Nepu as well from the side. And ladies and gentlemen, another round for the side of Far Esports.
A huge round for the side of Far Esports because, as we mentioned, that was the Eco round, and they go fake after fake. I think getting the mid control is ending up being really costly for Exotic Nexus now because you saw the way Far played that round. They went towards A, fought in A site, but the spike stayed in mid, and when they were able to get a couple kills towards A site, make a lot of noise, that's when you saw the Cypher rotate towards B site and get that plant off. Far Esports playing this brilliantly. For the side of Exotic Nexus, I'm looking to see if they can change up their strategy and look to get mid control rather than give it up now. Eco round for the side of Exotic Nexus. Night Rider dashing in aggressively. Gets that kill onto 10p on ramps.
I know
Another for White Horse. Round at A long onto Collie will mean the neural theft will come out. And all information regarding Exotic Nexus's position is gone to Far Esports. Far Esports now onto A, looking to set up their positioning. You see, White Horse just setting up for that kill coming out. He'll get one, SMX with another. Nepu answers back, but this is Nepu with a frenzy on his own. 4-1 for Far Esports. Eco round for Exotic Nexus, so it's okay.
Nepu, I have to give him a good try for that one. He got multiple headshots and even got a kill with that frenzy in hand. You can't ask much when you just have a frenzy on your side, but really well played from Far Esports, of course. They execute onto the side. Night Rider with his like signature plays, dashing up A ramp, just taking one's head off in a matter of seconds. That is all that you can ask for when you're moving forward into these rounds. And Exotic Nexus had that issue coming through. Like, they did have the eco round going for them, but they need to start and try and stack up onto a side at the very least, because a lot of the issues that happen when you are playing against a team of Far Esports caliber, you need to take those bets. You need to change those bets and, okay, let's try and stack up. But just as I say, they try and stack up, but this is going to be an entire A-side pig and Night Rider. He's just playing mind games with him right now. Who's the Raze? I don't think Night Rider is the Raze, and Collie gets taken down with the Blade Storm in hand, but Battle Love is able to trade him out. But sitting on this heaven angle, 3 versus 4 scenario, pain shells are going out, but there's so much damage being done, and Nepu, he's looking to use the ultimate to try and close this one out. He has it in hand, and probably the Breach ultimate is going to be coming through. Yes, it does, ladies and gentlemen, and oh no, SMX tries to go for the TP play, but he mistimes it and gets caught out by it. Scargod able to take down one, White Horse able to take down another, but Bad Love is able to trade out White Horse. This is a race versus race scenario. Who is the better race is the real question. Scargod does have the showstopper in hand, spots out Bad Love on the side, and 1 HP remaining for his name, and he gets caught by the tripwire. taking him out at Far Esports. A very hectic round and a very chaotic round, but still they're able to take it out on top.
That's gotta hurt for Exotic Nexus because they did really well to pull it back from a 3v4 situation to a man advantage for themselves. Bad Love especially getting that triple kill, starting it off with the showstopper, did extremely well, but this grenade from Scargod gets such a huge damage tag onto the side of Bad Love, able to bring him down, and then the Cypher Trapper set up brilliantly just takes him down. In that round, you saw Far Esports just change up their strategy, go for the A rush, whereas Exotic Nexus, they went for mid control, and right now Far one step ahead in terms of mind games. Once again, Exotic Nexus on the eco round. On the defensive side, not looking too great, but what is looking great is DX getting that opening kill with that Sheriff on to Far Esports. That will be SMX down and Exotic Nexus with the man advantage, but not the weapon advantage. We'll have to see if they can somehow try to pull off a thrifty round, because on the defensive side, on split, you never want to give up an advantage to the attacking team going to the second half. Now you see, for the side of Far Esports, they're playing really slow. The Breach ultimate coming out, Rolling Thunder, they're looking to commit to side B, looking to get fixed. DX on the flank, does not find anyone yet. 10p instead will find one. Bad Love in another. Thrifty round perhaps coming in for Exotic Nexus. Far Esports just floundering all around.
Floundering, but you cannot put these two players under the bus just yet. They still have a lot of time and a lot of pressure on their side, but just as I said, Chibi takes so much damage through that smoke. He's just gonna be stuck in the corner. He's in the grinder right now, and DX is the butcher. He finds them out and kills them right there immediately. And White Horse gets taken out by Nepu as well, and a good thrifty round from this, and a good round coming out from Exotic Nexus.
That was a phenomenal round from Exotic Nexus. Not only was it thrifty, it was a flawless thrifty round. Not a single member of Exotic Nexus going down. They're showing that they're sort of figured out exactly what they need to do to be defending against the variety and creativity brought by Far Esports. Now with full buys, I'm looking for someone to do the same. If one thing I would add to Exotic Nexus's playbook right now, it would be an operator on one of their plays. If they can win this round and establish that economic stability, hopefully they get to go for that operator. Right now though, full buys for both teams, such an important round, because winning another round would put economic stability for Exotic Nexus and destability for Far. Far looking to heavily commit into B side. The Killjoy ultimate coming out from the side of Exotic Nexus. Bad Love gets a kill with that grenade. SMX answers back though. It's 4v4. The lockdown is destroyed, and Far, they have side control. But Exotic Nexus with the man advantage looking to get yet another win for themselves.
Taking the kill on the Bad Love is probably just what they need to do, but Knight Rider extremely low HP, knows that one player is on the flank route. He's just going to be sitting there. Collie, he has all of the information in the world and the surprise in hand. We need to be watching that one jet. He is going to cause so much damage, but let's say Tentop is able to get that kill on the White Horse. This is going to spell doom for their side. Trying to spam it out, but Collie comes in from the back lane and from the top, able to take down multiple members at Exotic Nexus. 3 and 5, they're clawing their way back into this board, trying to even out the scoreline.
Yeah, right now, Far Esports, they went for the rush once again, and I feel like that's just not a good idea against a team that just won a thrifty, flawless round, because Exotic Nexus, they're rolling on confidence right now. They're looking to push their comeback in this first half. From 1 to 5 now, 3 to 5, Exotic Nexus understand exactly how they want to play the defensive half. You see them constantly taking a step back, letting Far Esports make the aggressive move and then punishing them for it. I'm looking to Far Esports to go back to the mid-control playstyle, or they might just get punished one too much. Collie on that op just as I wanted. Exotic Nexus on a roll.
This man has balls of steel, I have to say. Collie, you just walked out of vets and you just went in there. You have a lot of confidence, just as you said, and Exotic Nexus riding on that confidence. They're playing their hearts hard. Look at the pushes, look at the flashes. They are wanting to take control of the entire map as they're going to be holding. Knight Rider made a bit of noise. They know that one player is sitting out on its A ramp. For SMX has its crosshair straight, but 10 TPE just like one tap SMX out of existence. Nepo comes in from the side as well, and it seems like Exotic Nexus have that fire rekindle inside of them. 4 and 5 probably going forward. White Horse needs to back out. 70 HP at a dream against 4 players of Exotic Nexus's caliber. This is not gonna end well for him.
Now, 4v1, Exotic Nexus, White Horse, the last man standing with multiple mems swarming him. Nepu will end up taking him down from ramps, and that operator ended up being key with Kali getting that first blood in that round from whence, even though Kali right now, he was the lowest fragging member before this round for the side of Exotic Nexus, doing really well with the operator. Exotic Nexus as a team just blossoming as they understand Far Esports better and adapting to the in-game play, able to continuously punish Far Esports for just small mistakes, exactly what you would expect from a team in the upper bracket quarterfinals. Now, Far, they're going to be forced to go on the eco, and this is Exotic Nexus' chance to even it right up. Kali switching up the angle, with a kill, with a tiny wallbang coming through onto Scargard, but Knight Rider with the Blaze Storm will get a kill on the other side of the map, take down him. Bad Love gets the return kill onto Knight Rider, and this is the eco round for Far. Exotic Nexus making them pay. Bad Love with one, DX with another. Spike Carrier is down, and Nepo finishes it right up, makes it 5-5. Exotic Nexus with an amazing pullback in this first half to make it 5-5. Just now, it seems like they're an impenetrable fort. The Killjoy coming in so huge in her ability to just deny one side altogether.
Killjoy is holding them down so well, but at the same time, you have to give a lot of credit to Kali and a lot of credit to the Rays of Bad Love. Bad Love is causing so much chaos in a lot of these situations that Far Esports, they don't really know how to go forward with this. But just to say it, Kali though, this is gonna be huge if he gets a pick off onto Knight Rider. Probably gonna go in for the dash, knows that they're last on position. Knight Rider spamming away at the smoke, doesn't opt to go for the dash immediately as of right now, but still just gonna be holding. Far SMX is able to take a forward position, sitting out on the cubby behind the box, but just as this smoke fades, needs to find one member, probably gonna spot him out, and yes he does. Nepo goes down from the side. They do not know yet though that Bad Love is sitting on that back end corner. White Horse probably gonna get caught out. He's not checking the corner, and yes he does. Bad Love though sitting it out, going for another one, gets one onto SMX, getting caught off guard so heavily by that push. And Far Esports again in a deficit of 4 versus 2, and with Bad Love on the helm of that helm of the kills coming out on this round.
Yeah, Exotic Nexus continuing their win streak, continuing their role. Now 4v2, just Shivy and Scargard with almost impossible task, because Exotic Nexus, they've racked up the sides pretty well. 3 members on B. The alarm bot holding down mid went. Kali misses the operator shot, will not take him down. And you see the Rays just jumping in, trying to take Kali down, gets stacks but does not get the kill. Instead will get the kill onto Bad Love. Scargard with the help of Shivy looking to push this round back for the side of Far Esports. They are moving into B side, which is exactly where DX is. They will run into his spot. Will they take him down? We'll have to see. The spike plant coming out. They do not know DX is dead.
Oh no!
Gets the shot onto DX. Scargard with just amazing crosshair placement, getting the headshot. 2v2 now from 2v4, and with Kali really low, suddenly this looks like Shivy and Scargard around for them to win. The side of Exotic Nexus, one on Rafters, one on B short. We'll see who's able to come out. The Diffuse coming out, the Rolling Thunder to stop it. It did go away half though, and 10p will get a kill. Exotic Nexus looking to hold on. Now 1v2, Shivy just delaying as much as he can with his abilities, but the Diffuse will end up coming out. 10p and Kali playing that beautifully, covering each other's back exactly when it counts. And so close yet so far for Far Esports will mean it's Exotic Nexus on a 5-round win streak, now 6-5. This is brilliant for Exotic Nexus, but for the side of Far, I will say, like, they've passed the magic number of 4 already on the attacking side. So while they will not be happy about the win streak, they're going to be content with their round score right now.
They're gonna be pretty content, but that has gotta hurt. That was a round that you had in the board. Far Esports, they're probably banging their heads against the wall because of the placement of the spike. Imagine if the spike was sitting right in front of the entrance of CT. That would have been a completely different story, and I don't think that Exotic Nexus would have been able to take that. And just as I say it, we'll talk about that all later. Scargard getting that initial pick off onto Bad Love is gonna hurt so much on the defensive app, and we all know how much that raise just caused so much damage towards the side of Far Esports to try and execute onto the side. They need to hold strong, they need to hold and wait, but just as I say it, Nepu has the Rolling Thunder in hand, probably gonna be spotting out multiple different members, but he's still gonna be able to hold it off. Chivy though, is gonna be slowly creep up, spots out the boom bot, spots out the alarm bot on the side, but 10 but Tensby already getting that pick on the white horse. The lurker does go down for their side, and it's gonna be a fast A side push. But just as it is, Shimi comes in on the back and just executes 10 top as well. For SMX, he's just gonna be holding it out to see if anyone pushes through the smoke. No one does, but immediately goes on to screens though. And it's gonna hurt so much in the long run, and just as it and yet gets caught off guard by that off angle being held by SMX. Nepu, he is in a 2 versus 4 scenario against Knight Rider and against Scargod. This is gonna be one of those fights to remember, and this is gonna hurt so much in the long run. And just as it 1 versus 4 scenario, and far SMX comes in from the back lane near Rams to take him down. And an extremely well played round coming up from Far Esports, moving into the next half.
Such an important round on multiple angles, because not only do Far Esports stop the winning streak of Exotic Nexus, but they pull it back to 6-6 in the first half. They're able to go into their own defensive half on their own home map with an even scoreline. They're going to be happy with that, and the fact that they just stop the tempo for Exotic Nexus means that Exotic Nexus is going to be feeling that little bit of doubt, the little bit of confusion, and you've seen how just the tiniest of edges can make the whole map and the whole game different for both teams, top tier teams here in the upper bracket quarterfinals. And remember guys, if you're liking the action, hit the like button, share, subscribe, hit the notification button, make sure you get constant updates. We're moving into the second half between Exotic Nexus and Far. Now Exotic Nexus on the attack, Far Esports on the defense. Exotic Nexus looking for mid control, but Far Esports not as willing as Exotic Nexus were to give it up. This is going to be a bloodbath right here, right now. Bad Love going down, but the frenzy on Knight Rider getting multiple kills. He's on a frenzy. 4v2 for Far Esports instantly.
Frenzy with the frenzy, and they are looking for blood. Knight Rider gives like no dabs. He's just gonna be running through left, right, and center. Hands up, you better run for the tails, my dude. He's just gonna be sitting out, brain shells and everything coming out from him, but Next able to get that 1 kill, and Tentop's like, nah man, I don't want any of this. I'm just gonna be running to the next half of the map. But we already see Dex, he's gonna be going in for the huge flag, and that hyper aggressive play coming up from Far Esports may just be backfiring on him if they don't look into their CT angle, and in the long run this is gonna hurt so much. Dex, he's still just gonna be holding, he's gonna be chilling. Knows their last known positions, Molly has been used as well. He already knows. Scargod only gonna be able to get that first pick off. The headshots do not range through from Dex. He's not gonna be able to find it as the double peek comes out as well. And Tentop being the only one remaining, but against 3 gods on the entire side, he's gonna need to hit all them 1-taps, and he hits the first one, and immediately it's gonna be a run it back from everyone from the side of Far Esports. They're not gonna throw this round any further, and Tentop is able to get that
10 seconds
able
left.
to get that bomb, but will he be able to plant it is the real question. 6 seconds left on the clock. He needs to TP right now, and he needs to go, but he TP's up top instead. He's not going to be able to get it, and Knight Rider comes in with a frenzy in hand, able to take him down. That must be such a feels bad moment, bruh.
The thing is, there was no reason for him to even use his Shrouded Step. All he had to do was just run towards it. He would have had barely enough time. Like, you want 4 seconds, basically, to get the spike planted. He would have had enough time to do it. But in the pressure of the moment, he's like, I could potentially save half a second by using the Shrouded Step. Ends up backfiring on him. Ends up TPing right onto the tiny plant box over there near the A site. Not getting into the right position to plant the spike ends up costing him a potential clutch round. But right now, this pistol round lost. Exotic Nexus on the eco, going down once again. Scargod will take down Collie, makes it 5v4 for Far Esports. Far Esports on the buy, all of them invested. This is a round for them to win, to take the lead in this matchup and to push Exotic Nexus further down. Scargod with another getting a kill onto Bad Love will make it 5v3 on the map. Nepu with the spike holding down mid, but this could end up being costly because the paint grenade goes exactly where he is. Scargod using the paint grenade beautifully to flush Nepu out of that corner and to take him down. 5 versus 2 on the map, and it looks like a potential flawless round for Far Esports.
Easy skill from SMX as well, and Tentop with only... Oh my god, SMX, you just did not do that to him. He just scoped it with the quick scope and did a sliding headshot on Tentop right there. And that was such a good round coming out from Far Esports, and a dominant eco round as well, with a flawless for their side. And there's nothing much to say on that round. just extremely well played defense from Far Esports.
Yeah, definitely. Having said that, that was the eco round for Exotic Nexus. As soon as we are back, we'll take a quick look at the scorecard, see how both teams are stacking up. You see, full buys for the side of Exotic Nexus, and they're looking to push into A. DX getting the first kill onto an aggressive Knight Rider picking down ramps, and with only SMX covering A side, it's going to be Exotic Nexus just instantly entering into side. SMX though takes down the lurking Netpoo, makes it 4v4 for his team. Exotic Nexus with side control, with the spike planted, looking to get into post-plant positions. Far Esports looking for the retake and to push Exotic Nexus down in this buy round.
It's already under heaven, but Whitehorse gets that flying dive onto the Assassin's Creed style, but just in the back lanes, we're gonna be seeing everyone from Exotic Nexus taking kill after kill, and Ian Dex leading the helm of it all with the 3k to his name. For SMX gets that good clean one tap, but it's not gonna be enough if not every single one of your members is in tune. Shivi tried to set up something with the concussive shot, with the flashes, but does get caught out in the long run because everyone just executed it onto the site so quickly. And I have to give Knight Rider something there, but such a hyper-aggressive peak, especially when you don't have any sort of information and you're the only player sitting on the A side, you cannot push like that. That is going to give your team such a bad man disadvantage that it's going to hurt a lot in the long run. But just as a Knight Rider pulls out the operator, he's going to deal so much damage now. One away from the Blade Storm, gets another one. He has a Blade Storm in hand. Will he opt to use it is the real question. He's just going to be holding down this angle, sitting in the air. He's going to be missing the shot onto that side, and it's going to hurt so much. Ian Dex able to take it down, but Shivi's just going to be chilling it out. The two best friends, they're going to be holding this side down together. 1 versus 2 scenario for 10 top right now, and he's just gonna have to back out. 77 HP, spots out 2 players at the bare minimum. If he opts to go out of this immediately, he could go for a TP play. If he takes this ultimate orb and just go back onto the A side, he's just gonna wait it out, bide his time though.
And be
Let's
not
see what he
looking
does.
to make any unnecessary noise, playing it really slow. The last time he did that though, he ended up being just a second too far away to getting the clutch. Maybe he can redeem himself and push Exotic Nexus to an even scoreline this matchup. Whitehorse holding down B side,
30
SMX
seconds
holding
left.
down A side. This is a really close round so far. 10P now moving into side, looking to find any lurking players. We'll find Whitehorse right here and be Whitehorse taking him down. 9-7 for Far Esports. I don't think they'll be able to pick up the operator on. They are just in time. They're able to pick up the operator. So it's a huge round for Far. But I really like the way Knight Rider, they invest the money for Knight Rider on the operator, because we know how deadly he can be, and he does just that, taking down multiple players and buying so much time for his team in that B side push from Exotic Nexus.
I give it to Knight Rider and Shivi, the 2 best friends, just holding down the side so well together. And the cavalry just comes in from the back lane. He's like, alright, you boys, you guys did your jobs well. You're just gonna be able to sit back, relax. We got the rest of it. And we all know that Whitehorse and SMX are such good players to have in that situation. They're gonna be able to hold it out. They're gonna be able to do what they need to do. But just as I said, Bad Love comes in from the back lane, and that was a very scrappy fight from Bad Love and SMX. Whitehorse able to save out SMX in that situation, but in the long run, the side control has been taken over by Exotic Nexus, and that is such a dangerous play when they have Deagles in their hands. Knight Rider trying to find something with the operator, but 10 top immediately gets one on the Scar God with that one tap from his side. Knight Rider has the operator in hand though. One after the next, the bodies just keep on dropping. Exotic Nexus very low as we're moving forward into this fight. Checks under heaven, no one is there. And someone is already going onto the heaven side. The spike diffuse is really going to be going through. I don't think they have an angle on him. And for SMX, he's just going to be watching that side entirely.
Oh my god. I mean, I think I can see Aggressive's face right now, and I think the viewers themselves just as shocked with the way that round ended. I can hear the spike going down, and I thought it was done and dusted for Exotic Nexus. I was ready to praise them for their thrifty round, but Far is like, nope, just playing it beautifully. SMX covering his teammate, able to get the diffuse through just in the nick of time. Far Esports taking now 10-7. That was the eco round of Exotic Nexus, and they look brilliant using the Killjoy ultimate. Now on the buy round, they need to pull this back, or Far Esports, they're gonna run away with it.
It showed that round was. Did you notice? Oh my God, Coley! Whoa! Wait a second, dude. This is easy. You don't do this to them. Far Esports, what the hell was that SMX and Coley? What are these guys doing right now? Holy hell, they are on fire. Shimi comes in with a rolling thunder as well. He's gonna do a good amount of damage. They need to make a run for it, but in reverse rolling thunder onto Shimi. He's just gonna be stuck inside of this smoke, but just as Gargon takes one. Shimi though gets caught off guard by Coley, but Coley does not connect the blade storm. And one after the next, they're just dropping bodies left, right, and center. 1 versus 2 for Exotic Nexus. And with Tentop, we all know how good he is in these clutch scenarios, but will he be able to find it? That is gonna be hard on the inside, but just as I said, gets that one time onto Skargon. Shimi, the only one remaining. They're just gonna be dancing around, dealing some damage to each other. They know their last known information, but the spike is there, and Tentop takes that round away from Far Esports. And a bit of hyper aggression coming out from Shimi does cost a lot in the long run. And an extremely well-bred round from Exotic Nexus.
Yeah, brilliantly played by Tempe. Like, once again, in the 1vx scenario, looking to pull it back for his team. He's able to win the 1v2, gets the kill first onto Skargard, and then onto Shivi from the heavens side to pull off that clutch, make it 8-10. We were talking about how important that round was for Exotic Nexus to win, and the fact that they win it means that now they're the one with the buys, and you can see Far on the eco. A chance for Exotic Nexus to pull the scoreline even closer. They're sticking to A side. It's worked for them so far, and they're trying just that. Only bad love will be towards B side. Lurking will almost take one down. Will take one down. Gets return kill by Knight Rider though. But this will mean Exotic Nexus, they can just instantly penetrate A side. All of them flushing in at once. Collie getting the kill onto SMX. Exotic Nexus, they take over A side. They will get their post plant positions in. Beautifully played round. Skargard looking to push back, but Exotic Nexus just in the right position, waiting. Makes it 4v2. Exotic Nexus, I love the strategy, putting bad love on the lurking and then using that to push into A side. Now 4v2, Exotic Nexus looking to make it 9-10.
They're looking to make a 9-10. It's very much possible as this is going to be an eco round for their side. And I have to give a lot of props to the round where it came from. So 2 rounds ago, we saw something very interesting happen. I don't know if you noticed or not. The spike was planted towards the right side where no one was able to watch it. And that costed Exotic Nexus 1 round. They could have made it a 10-10. And it would have been huge for their side. But just as I say, Knight Rider probably gonna get one. Has a gun to his name. He's to go for it, but be very careful, Knight Rider. You don't want to risk it. Is able to upgrade to the Bulldog at the very last second. And an extremely well executed round coming out from Exotic Nexus. Good pushes, good baits. And in the long run, for Esports, they did a good amount of damage towards the side of when it comes to economy. A lot of the players are not able to get full buys coming out from Nepu. And and Ian Dex, they are able to get some buys coming out from their teammates, but in the long run, that's gonna hurt so much when it comes to economy.
Yeah, definitely. Like, that eco round for Far Esports did a lot of damage to Exotic Nexus, but Exotic Nexus, they'll be happy that they got the win, able to make it 9-10 now in this buy round, looking to make it even. They're switching up their strategies, now pushing through mid instead of A, using the Killjoy ultimate to just distract a little bit and get the frags off of that. Instead, it'll be the smokes covering up mid, and Exotic Nexus pushing in slowly but surely. Mid Vents is covered by the Cypher Trapfire, and on B site itself, you see Far Esports just backing off, doing exactly what Exotic Nexus did on their defensive side, playing it slow. Now, bad love on the operator, gets the opening kill onto his clone on Skargard, makes it 5v4. Exotic Nexus pushing into B side aggressively. Collie getting that opening kill onto SMX. Shivito answering back. Far kill for kill, but it's Exotic Nexus with the advantage. Spike still not planted though. It's 3v1.
One and Knight Rider on the helm of it all with an operator to his name. That's one we want to see here, ladies and gentlemen, and we want to see an amazing clutch. From a player of Knight Rider's calibers, I want to see something flashy, and I know that he can do it. We're going to be rooting for him, but of course, Exotic Nexus have that man advantage on their side, and 3 of the most dangerous players as well, Ian Dex, Tentop, and Collie on their side. They have all of the building blocks to try and get out of this round, but against a player like Knight Rider, you cannot put him out of this situation. But if you get caught off guard, any good player is gonna die, and Collie takes it onto Knight Rider and making it a 10-10 scoreline for Exotic Nexus.
even Stevens on the scoreboard, and Exotic Nexus playing that round really well to make it that, like the way they're able to push into mid and then use that time to push into the B garage area, get multiple kills for themselves, meant so much because even though the kills were traded off, they were the one gaining the ground on the site, they were the one pushing onto the site, and they were the one with all their members on that particular side. Knight Rider on the opposite side of the map, not able to influence that round as much as he would like to, meaning Exotic Nexus, they're able to get the trade kills, they're able to get an advantage, they're able to push into site, and they're able to make it even. Now 10 to 10. We'll take a quick look at the scorecard, see how both players are doing. 10P and Bad Love with 20 kills, 15 kills, leading the charge on the side of Exotic Nexus. Knight Rider SMX for the side of FAR. Knight Rider with 20 kills, once again on the operator. But the bank is looking really dire for FAR Esports. They're the ones with lesser money, so they're the ones who need to win this round desperately. FAR Esports on the defense, Exotic Nexus on the attack. I have to ask you, Aggressive, for me, Exotic Nexus, they're playing this continuously, creatively, similar to how FAR Esports did. They like to go for the A rushes, they like to go for the mid control, into a site rush, they like to play for picks. Exotic Nexus did really well to get that 5-round win streak by just playing very defensively. Do you think that's what FAR Esports need to do? Because the identity of FAR Esports is aggressive gameplay.
That is really true, and in the long run, aggressive gameplay does work out. Knight Rider is going for those aggressive plays, but he's not taking any backup with him. The tempo of FAR Esports has been thrown out of balance. Normally what we see from FAR Esports in the long run, in a lot of these fights, we see them just coming in and being like, okay, let's push together, let's take a lot of these fights together. And it seems as though they're not really doing it. There is not team aggression coming out from FAR Esports at all. It's only maybe like 1 or 2 players, maybe Scargod, maybe Knight Rider. These 2 players are aggressing and the other ones are just chilling in the backline. That is not going to work out in the long run, especially on defense, where losing 1 player is going to hurt more than when you lose 1 player on the attacking side. And in the long run, in a lot of these fights, that is gonna cause a lot of damage. But just as I said, Exotic Nexus just chilling out onto this A side. This is one of those favorite coaches that you want to see coming out from both sides. But FAR SMX spots out one. Looks like 1 player sitting on that ramp angle. Takes so much damage from the side though, and that is gonna hurt. Collie needs to back out onto the side. They have side control for their end, but just as you see it, there is not really a lot of aggressive play coming out. The spike is going to be going down. Scargod able to take down 1 on Durant, and another one starts pushing out Chibi. Goes into a spray battle, not going to be able to hit that shot. That showstopper has been used, but it does not connect. And Tentop, he's just going to be sitting it out, waiting to see if he can get a headshot, but FAR SMX way quicker on that peak, comes in from the middle side, is able to take him down. Collie though gets stunned out immediately, and this is just going to hurt so much. But the shots do connect from FAR SMX, taking out Ian Dex, and Whitehor is able to clean up Collie as well. And finally a round comes in towards the side of FAR Esports, and the tempo has been shifted.
Well, FAR Esports definitely answered my question. They're like, we're okay with giving up side control, but on the retake, we're not going to play defensively. We're going to stack up and run into you, because even if you take one of us down, we will find the trade kill. We will take back the side ground, and we will be able to push into side. 11 to 10 now for FAR Esports. Winning that round, so good for the economy. But for Exotic Nexus, they won a couple rounds in a row. They're still able to afford full buys. Now, they need to look to try to pull it back to even, because match point for FAR Esports would be way too good for a top tier team like them. Now, you see Exotic Nexus playing very casually, cautiously. Now, Knight Rider holding down the mid-west angle, takes down DX with that operator. Knight Rider yet another kill to start FAR Esports off. Exotic Nexus playing it very, very slowly. The Omen ultimate does come out, just gets a bunch of information for the side of SMX onto the positioning of Exotic Nexus. Knight Rider now switching up his position, gets another kill onto a pushing Collie, makes it 5v3, and just Bad Love, Nepu, and 10P left to try to pull off this clutch round for Exotic Nexus, because otherwise it's going to be match point for FAR Esports.
Point for FAR Esports, and with the 5 versus 3 score alignment with FAR SMX getting that lineup kill at 1 on the 10P. there is nothing stopping Far Esports
Match
right
point.
now, and they are feeling it so hard, ladies and gentlemen. They want this win. They want to take the first map, and they want to go into the second map like a storm. Moving forward into this half, though, and an extremely well-played round coming up from SMX and from Knight Rider with those 2 operator kills. And this lineup's kill is just mwah coming out from SMX, and the immediate spray transfer. Have to give it to Far Esports. They played that expertly.
Far Esports playing it brilliantly, able to make it 12 to 10. Now Knight Rider switching his position once again.
Oh, no.
Gets that kill onto Kali, down MB Garage, waiting for Bad Love to peek, but Bad Love doesn't do it just yet. Instead, they put up the turret to try to peek out. Knight Rider use the Killjoy ultimate to enable their side push onto B. The showstopper looking for someone, Bad Love, not able to find someone just yet, has to throw it out with it timing out. They have side control and they have pushed in really well, but it's going to be a really hard task maintaining it with a man disadvantage and DX really low. Bad Love takes down Knight Rider though, makes it even once again. Bad Love holding down this angle, takes down SMX as well, looking to make it even once again. Shivi with the return, 10p with 1 will make it 3v2 now for Exotic Nexus. The Rolling Thunder from Shivi will come out. It's 2v3 for Far. Just Exotic Nexus playing it slow, using everything he can to delay the retake from Far Esports. Scargod will take 1 down, 2v2, match point round. Scargod with another. Scargod and Shivi looking to clutch. Nepo gets 1 though, 1v1. Oh my god, Nepo versus Scargod. It's Nepo with the clutch. 11 to 12. That was intensely close.
Intensely close, and you nearly fell off your chair because of that play coming out from Nepu. Extremely well played coming out from Exotic Nexus. They do not want to give this up, and they're playing it so well as well. But when you lose some of the key aim duels, you have those players who can step up at the very last second. An extremely well played round coming out from Nepu and every single one of the Exotic Nexus players. Nepu being able to clutch that out is gonna put a lot of mental pressure on Far Esports, and that is what you want to see on this high caliber players. The more mental pressure, and you have to remember that Valorant is not just an aim game, it's not just a tactical game, it's a lot about the mental game as well. The more damage you can do to a player mentally, the better you're gonna play compared to them in the long run. But we're gonna be seeing a very heavy B-side take, but you're gonna be seeing no one sitting onto this B site though. They're gonna play for the retake. They're gonna be playing it slow. No one's just stacked up. Knight Rider holding this mid angle down, but immediately they're just gonna be running back into the sky. Scargod does get flashed out. Potentials do connect from the side, but just as I said, Bad Love able to take down Scargod, but the grenade from Scargod taking down Bad Love as well. Shimmy though has the concuss in hand. The spike does go down as well. So we're waiting it out to see if there's any sort of rotation. They're playing it slow. This is much more characteristic of the new Far Esports that we are seeing now, ladies and gentlemen. Neural Theft has been used to find out the last known position. Far SMX taking down one, but Nepo taking down Far SMX from the side. Whitehorse moving out, gets caught off guard by NTX though, but Knight Rider able to take down one, and they have their angles cleared. An amazing round coming out from Far Esports. These players know every single angle. They know where to check. They know where to land up this headshot, and the 2 best friends clutch it out for Far Esports. And an extremely well played game coming out from both teams.
I 100% thought that was going to overtime with Exotic Nexus taking side control and holding it really well, but that Neural Theft from Whitehorse ended up being so important because the way he's able to give so much information to his team means that Knight Rider and Shivy, even though they're a man down, these players not at all new to such high pressure environments. They've, even in Series 1 and 2, always been at this upper bracket area. Once again, Knight Rider with that 295 ACS, 25 kills will take the MVP spot. Brilliantly played by Far Esports to take down map 1, but for the side of Exotic Nexus, they were not too far behind, and in the next home map, they might just do better. For now though, we'll take a second look back at the gameplay of this entire map with the Relive the Moment, brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 notebook, powered by Ryzen 4000 series processors, perfect for gaming and multitasking. Now, Aggressive, what I want to ask you is, I think at this stage in the quarterfinals, in the upper bracket, when the teams in terms of mechanical caliber and macro gameplay, in terms of strategy, they're so close. I feel like the difference ends up being, as you mentioned, the mental battle between both of the teams. Knight Rider and Shivi, both of these players, formerly God Particles players, they're not new to this stage. They've been in this top half of the bracket continuously again and again, and that experience to just be able to calm themselves down and bring out their best in high pressure situations, I feel like that's ending up being the difference for Esports.
So you have to talk about the synergy between these two players. The two players that you do not want in a clutch scenario is Knight Rider and Scargo. These two players know how to play with each other expertly. They are the best friends, as we pull it over and over again. These two players in these clutch scenarios are gonna outperform almost anyone when you put them together. And that is what's being shown. Knight Rider having complete trust over Shibi. We were watching Shibi's perspective. He knew that one player's on the battle side, but he trusted Shibi so much to get that initial kill up onto the right side that he didn't even look at it. And that is how you need to play on teams of this caliber, when you have that mental game on your side. Extremely well played run coming up from Far Esports. I cannot even say anything about that. But Exotic Nexus, you had so much potential, you had so much gain, but small over-aggressive plays, small mistakes do cost a lot in the long run. And Far Esports being able to capitalize on it in comparison to Exotic Nexus, they're able to close out this map. But still, there's one more map to go. One more map for the side of Far Esports, and if Exotic Nexus win this out, they still have a chance. It is a best of 3, ladies and gentlemen, and it is going to be very interesting to see which team take it away to go moving on to the semifinals.
My players to watch in the next maps are gonna be both the Omens, because I think SMX and 10p both had godlike games. Both of them were so influential in their team's pushes. 10p continuously with those in those last minute clutch rounds, able to get something back for his team. SMX just playing really well with his abilities. We'll have to see which Omen is able to come out on top in map 2. Now, while we go set up for map 2, if you want to get some shopping done, a bunch of massive discounts down in the description below for LG monitors. Make sure you go check that out. Another thing is we're giving away 200 Valorant points every stream. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be here on time for the giveaway. Get some easy Valorant points for yourself. Get that nice skin to boost your gameplay. We'll go set up for game 2 for the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 3. We'll see you soon.
Hell Ranger, 1 versus 5, and this is going to be Velocity Gaming winning TEC Challenger Series.
The clock is ticking down. Velocity can feel it. Velocity have done it. 3-2. They take the grand finals and are your undisputed champions.
Too slow.
I have to say this over and over again. Far Esports always.
In a fair fight, I'd still kill you.
No matter Far Esports, they have the advantage and they're gonna.
I am the hunter!
I feel like maybe they can just hear.
I will stop anyone who tries to come through.
Scargod, and Skippy gets another one to SM Max.
You better run, Sova.
Spike will get planted right now with the blade storm. Jumping in, looking for something.
Notice Far Esports unexpectedly, but Shibby and then watch the back of White Horse and he defuses this spike. And this is going to be Far Esports beating XE 13-4 and they make it over to the quarterfinals.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 3, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD, with ACT as our FiberNet partner and AFK Gaming as our media partner. We're back for Map 2 between Far Esports and Exotic Nexus. Map 1 was really close. How do you think Map 2 will go, Aggressive?
If it's anything like the first map, it's gonna be such an interesting fight in the long run. And I have to give a lot of credit towards Exotic Nexus. They played their cards so well. They dug deep, they dug in hard, and they made a comeback. But small mistakes here and there did cost Exotic Nexus a lot in the long run. But still, Far Esports being able to take that first map, they have that right of confidence moving forward into the next map. And this may break it for them, or this may just be a blessing for them. We all know what happens when a team gets too overconfident, especially after winning that first map. You cannot underestimate your opponent. Otherwise, you're just going to be throwing yourself into the gutter, and pulling yourself out of that is going to be a hard thing, especially in a mental game such as Valorant.
Now, taking a look at the map that we have for this series coming up, the next map is the map of Bind. Now, this map picked up by Exotic Nexus is their choice. So going in, I do assume they will be feeling a bit more confident in their ability to edge out that really close difference between them and Far Esports. Far Esports, though, we're in the upper bracket quarterfinals. This is their chance to make it to the money. Winning right here, right now, pushing themselves to the upper bracket semifinals guarantees them a payout in like the TEC Challenger Series 3 with a bigger prize pool. That's more motivation on our quest to crown a new champion. We'll see if Far Esports can take it one step further, or it's going to be Exotic Nexus telling them to hold on for a second while they look to make their own stake. Now, in map 2, what I'm really curious about is the compositions. Now, as we go into game, we'll take a look at them. So compositions aspect, like for both the teams, you see very similar compositions. It's not going to be the Killjoy for Exotic Nexus this time, choosing to stick to the Cypher, and instead of the Omen, we see the Brimstone coming out. With that exception, we see the Sova come back. Sova, not a very well-known pick in Split, but in Bind is just absolutely brilliant and very, very necessary. So we'll see which team is able to make that count right here. Now, for the side of Exotic Nexus, they are on the attack. It's gonna be Far Esports on the defense. Exotic Nexus looking in to push onto A site here and leaving the spike behind, making sure that they don't give away unnecessary information. The spike will be picked up by DX as they look into push to A site. Scargod holding down Lamp's angle will not take down one. Instead of 10 getting the kill onto Scargod. Battle up with another means it's instantly 5v3 for Exotic Nexus. Spike going down with A site control.
Second roll has been taken over. Knight Rider getting pinched from double angles. Battle of being able to take him down. Far SMX with 1 HP and a dream. He's the last man gonna be standing. But with Chibi so low in the back lines, and they're all just gonna be hunting him like bloodhounds, being able to take those kills. And such an explosive F coming out from Exotic Nexus. 10p Bad Love. They're stepping it up. They're stepping it up hard, and it's Collie taking a kill on the Knight Rider, taking down one of the big guns on the team as well. That is just gonna hurt so much, and the pistol round win does go in the favor of Exotic Nexus, and they are looking to go into this game with a bang.
Exotic Nexus looking really strong, and with that first round win, you see, we'll take a quick look at the scorecard as we go, and you see Nepu, he's able to go for the Phantom buy, so it's going to be a really expensive round. Far will just look to do damage, but on the defensive side, it needs to be Far raking up the wins, especially since they have a solo fragile composition. You see Scargod, he switched to the Brimstone to allow SMX to switch to the Sova. Far Esports now, a man down.
My God.
Takes Scargod down, but White House instantly returning the kill, meaning so far it's favorable for Far. But DX with the spike plant will mean that Exotic Nexus is able to take spike control. Bad Love taking down Knight Rider, is concussed, gets taken down by SMX. Trade kills are huge for Far, but the round win is what ends up mattering at the end of the day. As Sentry taking White House down, making it 3v2. Far looking to do as much damage as they can on this retake right here. You see Shivi moving in, inside DX taking down SMX, and just Shivi last man standing will get taken down by Nepu, and Nepu survives with his Phantom, which is going to be so important. But 2 kills, Far will be happy with that. They'll be happy with the damage they've done, and they look to build upon that in this buy round.
Nepu with that Phantom just is, you know, you get scared when you see that Phantom in the next round, and if they lose that Phantom, and if they even don't forget losing the round, if they lose that Phantom, that is gonna hurt so much in the long run, because Nepu's not gonna have enough money to buy whatsoever. I don't think even his teammates are gonna be able to buy. But at least Nepu survived, and the multiple members are able to hold strong. Some damage being done by Far Esports, but in the long run, when you have that Phantom buy in your hand, you're not gonna be that sad that we just lost a member. Nothing's really gonna happen nothing's really gonna happen to them. Yendex though holding strong onto this hook angle, just gonna be holding it out. Scargod uses the molly to stop any sort of hyper-aggressive push coming out from the side of Exotic Nexus. They know their playbook, they know that they like to hit hard and they like to hit fast when it comes to this A side. Just gonna be holding it out. 4-man stack actually, and no one is onto this B side. Nepu able to take down Chibi from the black lanes. He's not gonna be able to find a Knight Rider though. Takes down 2 with the spray down. Good spray transfers coming out from both sides. White Horse being able to take down 1, but Bad Love, he's so quick on those takes. Cargo goes down, but Far SMX answer back with a 2 takes to the head. Those heads must be hurting, that they must be ringing from the headshots coming out from SMX. Ladies and gentlemen, 1 versus 2 scenario. Knight Rider extremely low, but Index, we know how good this guy can be when it comes to the Cypher, when it comes to the Killjoys, and especially when it comes to these clutch scenarios.
30 seconds left.
1v2 scenario, Knight Rider with just 46 HP and SMX a little low as well. DX with full health for himself just ends up walking into Knight Rider's path. Knight Rider with the Vandal, with the full buys for himself, getting that triple kill, leading the charge for Far Esports to pull it back in this first half of map 2. Far Esports winning that buy round, but it was an expensive win with multiple members going down, meaning that next round they'll have to invest once again, and the next round is gonna be Exotic Nexus actual buy round, with Exotic Nexus saving in round 3 with their original loadouts from round 2. Full buys for both teams. This is gonna end up deciding the economic swing for either team. Exotic Nexus with a win could not just take the lead, but take the tempo. Far Esports looking to push back even, but then take the tempo lead for themselves. You see Scargod just holding down this angle, looking for some jiggle picks for himself. The cap inside Exotic Nexus though, with just 1 player down at A, they're looking to push into B, which is defended by 3 members from Far Esports. This is going to be a bloodbath. Exotic Nexus committing to B.
Exotic Nexus committing hard to their side, but in the long run, when you see all of this, this is just gonna hurt so much, and they're gonna be rushing it onto the side. Knight Rider, so he may just get caught out. Chibi gets 1, but Dentum is able to get another one. Bad Luck with taking down White Horse as well, but Chibi with that spray down gets multiple members. Scargod in a 1v2 scenario as we're gonna be moving forward. The TP has been used, and this is gonna be a fast A-side rush. But On the side though, you're gonna be seeing Nepu just getting caught on that tripwire. This is gonna hurt. He knows that one player is there. Here's the updraft. Probably gonna be looking at onto this weapon angle. Probably gonna find out Collie, but gonna connect. The contact has not yet been made, and Skargod spots out the head first, taking out Collie with the Pega's advantage to his side. And Nepu being able to find that spike plant goes into a post plant scenario, but he needs to hold strong and he needs to wait. He's just gonna walk into the crosshair of Skargod, and Skargod well played from his side and a lot of patience, and Nepu a bit too fast on his side does get taken out. And an extremely well played round from Skargod and an amazing clutch as well.
So, you know how there's like a tiny, not cubby of sorts, just a tiny edge right under tower near the CT entrance to A site? If you're behind a sort of structure of sorts, the recon bolt from Sova will not spot you out. SMX, he did really well to throw out that recon bolt to try to find Skargod, but Skargod's literally playing godlike, hides behind that tiny ledge, is able to get SMX and catch him unaware with that kill, make it 2-2 for his team. The fact that Far Esports are able to pull off that round will mean that going into the next round, they have the economic advantage. It's going to be Exotic Nexus forced to go towards the eco round. And with 2 rounds back to back, it looks like Far Esports looking to build up on the tempo that they have so far with full buys next round. You see Shivy, only him with the Spectre, rest full buys all around. This is a really important round for Far Esports to hold through because they have the weapons advantage. Exotic Nexus, for them, it's about doing as much damage as they can, and we've seen how good they are on thrifty rounds, so I do trust them to be able to do that. On the side of Exotic Nexus though, they're not really switching it up aggressive. They're choosing to stay true to their rush playstyle, this time towards A. This might really end up costing them.
This will cost them quite a lot, but when you're on these eco rounds, you just gotta rush in onto a side. You can't really play it slow, you can't really play it safe like that. But an interesting camera angle coming up from Whitehorse. Camera angle that I do not see very often, but just I say it, bad luck. He has a showstopper in hand. He tries to go in for a rush and spots out Skargod from the side. The gun has been taken over from his end, but Whitehorse with a collateral kill. Triple kill coming out for that Cypher. Bad love. He's the only one remaining. 1 versus 3 scenario. He probably is gonna try to go for that spike plant and immediate rush onto the TP. He's probably gonna hold it out, but he's trying to go for those very smart plays, but they're not buying it. They're just gonna be holding it and just booking it onto the other side toward the teleporter. But oh my god, bad luck. You're playing it risky, you're playing it dangerous against 3 players going up like this. You need to land those headshots, my dude. He's not gonna be able to find that 63 HP. He peeks it again, but Knight Rider reigns true with his shots instead. And well played coming out from Bad Luck to get that read, trying to get some damage, trying to do some form of damage at all to the economy of Far Esports, but in the long run was not able to find it, and the spike plant did not go down as well.
Yeah, I get the idea from Bad Luck, and I really like the idea as well because he knows he has time in the bag with about 40 to 50 seconds left. He knows that he can go towards the lamps area, the hall area, and try to find a couple picks before he looks to commit to the spike plant. But instead, it's gonna be Far Esports taking him down, now making it 3-2. That was the eco round for the side of Exotic Nexus. Now on the full buy, it's Collie getting the opening kill. Collie dashing in, likely will take down Shivy right there. Collie with a couple in this full buy round, leading the charge for Exotic Nexus. Bad Love with another, and Exotic Nexus coming out, firing on all cylinders in this round. 5v2 right now. White Horse, he's made his way towards Halls. He will not spot out Bad Love right there. The spike will go down. 5v2 on the map. Bad Love with another, and a potential flawless buy round for Exotic Nexus.
Potential flawless, and pretty much it's probably gonna be flawless as well if they do not play it too much hyper aggressively. But Whitehorse is very dangerous in this situation, and just as I said, he gets that amazing one-tap flag, but ENDEX is like, sit down boy, I'm the better Cypher, I'm sitting here on hookah and this is my lane, you are not coming into my territory. And an extremely well played round coming out from Exotic Nexus. Every single retake, every single refrag, and every single angle was held to perfection.
Yeah, now that we're at 3-3, I want to take a second to talk to you about the compositions. For the side of Exotic Nexus, they have the Brimstone, the Sova, and the Cypher, which are exactly replicated for Far Esports as well, and the Jet as well. The only change is the Breach instead of the Raze. Far Esports with a bit more utility. Exotic Nexus Nexus with a bit more firepower. So far, it's even, but I think as the game goes on, the player who's able to use that agent better is going to end up being the difference. Personally, I prefer having two duelists because it shares the pressure, but Knight Rider known to perform really well. If he can, the extra utility could be huge. Now, ultimates stacking on both sides. You see the Hunter's Fury come out from one side, the Sova. The Rolling Thunder now from the side of Shivy will not tag anyone. Instead, it's Bad Love taking him down with that grenade. 5v4 for Exotic Nexus. Knight Rider is returning a kill onto Tempe. Kali with another return onto Knight Rider will mean it's Exotic Nexus with the lead. White Horse gets a kill, but Nepu with a shock dart kill onto SMX will make it once again. Exotic Nexus with the lead. Exotic Nexus now choosing to take their lead and rotate to Site A, but Far Esports predicting this, making their way themselves to Site A. 2v3. White Horse really low. This is going to be a hard round for Far.
Hard round for Far indeed, and with the spike line going down soon as well. In the long run, it's gonna hurt so much for their side.
Yeah, definitely. Right now, Far Esports playing it very, very slow. Looking to just get a couple picks before they push in. Ultimately, they have the man disadvantage. White Horse pre-firing, but Exotic Nexus, they've backed up completely. Kali in, Lamps takes down Scarguard. Now 3v1, just White Horse remaining. White Horse stuck behind these boxes with just 22 HP and a Dream. The Dream is not going to come true because Kali will take him down. Make it 4-3. Exotic Nexus taking the lead on the attacking side of Bind. So important.
Side of Bind is one of the more harder runs to get in the long run as well, and this is gonna hurt so much for their side as we're gonna be moving forward into a lot of these rounds. But the economic advantage is going in the favor of Exotic Nexus. They have so much money in their bank that even if they lose this round, this is not gonna hurt a lot in the long run. But if Far Esports is able to do some form of damage to the three players that have the 3,000 credits to their side, and if they lose this round, this is gonna hurt quite a little bit, quite a lot in the long run. But no guns towards the side of Far Esports. 3 versus 4 scoreline. Shock darts do not rain true from SMX, but just gonna be holding it out, going through this air, going through the B long angle, catching out Shivy, trying to make a rotation away from Hoka, and Ian Dex gets that first takeoff. Far SMX gets the taps away, but is not able to find the neural tap. Does come out from Ian Dex as well. Knows that one member is there, and Kali, he's just gonna train his sights on one side, and just as I say, Bad Love gets 2 picks on the side as well. Kali taking one onto SMX, and against White Horse, against the world, he gets that headshot on the Nepu, but with the frenzy, that's not gonna help much in the long run whatsoever. And an amazing round coming out from Exotic Nexus, and I would say a half decent eco round coming out from Far Esports.
Yeah, but with Far Esports on the defensive side, every round they lose puts them further deep into the ditch that they are in right now. Because this is Exotic Nexus's map. Bind in general known as a defensive favored map because of the fact that there is no mid to control. There is no need for unnecessary rotations coming out. If your team can hold down a site, then you likely end up winning the round overall. Exotic Nexus 5-3. We saw in map 1 how the fact that Far were able to get 6-6 ended up being the difference. Knight Rider looking to make a difference, misses his off shot, gets stacked down really low. Exotic Nexus, they're lurking with their Cypher DX down at A, the other members down at B looking to commit to B. Now, you see for Far, the rotation has come out, they are looking to B, and Exotic Nexus predicting this, now moving towards A side, playing mind games with the hopes of Far Esports, looking to just keep them out of the game. Kali dashes in, will engage the trap while SMX takes down Bad Love, and the rotations coming out from both teams as Far look to hold on to the site. Now Kali is in Lamps holding it down, instead is Ted P, helping Nepu get the spike planted. With the spike planted, it's Exotic Nexus with a man disadvantage and not complete site control, meaning that they're in a really hard position to try to deny this retake that will come from Far Esports.
Hard position indeed, and as Kali is able to get that kill on the Scargod, that is gonna hurt so much. Shivi comes in with a refrag though. 4-3 versus 4 scenario coming out from Exotic Nexus, and in the long run this is gonna hurt so much more as the traps are being used. But Nepu has the lineup, and the orbital strike is there as well. They are gonna be able to hold this down for a really long time if they play their cards right, ladies and gentlemen. Shock dart lineups are gonna be coming through, but Ian Dex raised it through from the side, and with the Hunter's Fury already trained onto the spike, no one can touch it. and they take it so well. And Nepu, this guy on the Sova and with the Brimstone coming out from Exotic Nexus, take it to a 6-3 scoreline. And in these post-plan scenarios, if you don't take down one of these characters, it's gonna be so hard to even touch the spike when these two have their ultimates, when they have their shock darts. It is nearly impossible to get this spike defuse.
Yeah, because like they play it so well, Nepu especially, using the Sova ultimate to perfection, getting the jump in. For all the viewers who don't know this, by the way, if you jump and then proc the Sova ultimate at the same time, your character will just hover for a second while the Sova ultimate goes through, making sure you get your angle on point exactly as Nepu is able to do. Now 6-3, Exotic Nexus already at a perfect score for their attacking half, looking to make it even better and take an advantage for themselves, pushing into A side right here. White Horse with a kill, takes down TX. Collie returns back to, and Scargard with that kill onto Collie. I mean, this time it's for Esports with the man advantage, but the man advantage that they have is that B Knight Rider holding it down. So on site right now, it's even Stevens 3v3. It's up to an Exotic Nexus to make the push. Bad Love getting the opening kill. SMX answering back though. I mean, it's 2v2 right now, and just Knight Rider, he needs to rotate because SMX will have a difficult time holding this side down all by himself.
SMX though spots up the two players, knows their last known position. The headshots do not rain through, coming out from Bad Love, but an extremely clean one tap coming out from this guy. But operator in hand, Knight Rider needs to hit this shot, he misses it out, and Bad Love comes in to take him out with another good one tap. 4K coming out from Bad Love, and he's playing out of his mind, I would say, as we're going to be looking at the scoreboard in just a second as this play is about to end. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be one of those fights that I believe Exotic Nexus's map is just going to win it out for their side. Compared to Far Esports, 7-3, especially on a defense player map like Bind, it's going to hurt so much in the long run. And yes, let's just look at the scoreboard really quick. Yes, 19-7 lead. And with White Horse leading for the side of Far Esports, it seems as though every single player for their side is having such a rough game.
Yeah, Far Esports just not looking as strong as one could expect them to be, and that could be because this is not their map. Now Tempe with the kill onto Far Esports, and Collie with another onto Shivi Malmeen. Instantly, Exotic Nexus looking to push into side B and taking the lead. 7-3 already, looking to make it 8-3 in this eco round for Far. Knight Rider with the Bladestorm finds the return kill onto Collie, but it's 4v3 and Knight Rider, he has a gun, but his teammates do not. Bad Love takes on White Horse, 28 kill for Bad Love. Bad Love just looking absolutely phenomenal in this map. 4v2, just Knight Rider and Scargard left. And it's going to be a very difficult retake because we've seen how strong Exotic Nexus are with their post-line positions. Bad Love and 10P each get a kill. Finish off that round for Exotic Nexus. 8-3. Exotic Nexus, I see why they chose Bind. They're very efficient with what strategy they want to play in a particular round. They pick a strategy and they commit to it, and their execution in that commitment is absolutely perfect. Them rushing the site, covering every single corner, making sure, especially looking at lamps when they're going through hookah, really important. Exotic Nexus 8-3 on their attacking half, just looking unbeatable on Bind.
They're looking unbeatable, especially on the fact that they already know which angles they're going to be taking, and with the race flying in through the side, taking all of the attention away from every one of their other players. They're finding so much value, so much information, and even without a flash, the way they execute onto a lot of these sites, I'm really impressed to say that Exotic Nexus, they have so much potential in their team, and especially after losing that last game, they have that drive to keep on going. This is a do-or-die situation, and just like I say, Scargard able to get that one pick of Knight Rider though, has the operator in hand, chilling out on the hookah angle. Seeing if he can get one pick and is able to find Bad Love, who tried to go in for the showstopper, but just as I said, Chevy gets another one onto Collie. Nepu comes in from the side, able to take down one, but 2 versus 4 scenario for the side of Exotic Nexus, and they're trying to close out this half with a 4-8 scoreline, but 10P and Nepu on the side though. This is gonna be a hard one for the side of Far Esports going into a post-plan scenario, hopefully. Yes, a post-plan scenario.
Spike planted.
Okay, with that kill onto Scargard in heaven, will mean now instead of 2v4, it's 2v3. But Knight Rider, the way he got Bad Love down, does it once again, takes down 10P. Knight Rider on the op, looking to get to magic number 4 for Far Esports.
Oh,
Nepu
no.
knocks down Shivy and Knight Rider, makes it a 1v1 situation. Nepu versus Whitehorse. Whitehorse is flanking him. Whitehorse will take him down. Whitehorse will be able to get the defuse and push Far Esports to magic number 4. But the issue with magic number 4 is that it usually applies when you're on the weaker side, when you're on the attacking side of a defensive sided map, and you want to go
Switching
into the better
sides.
side for you. Far Esports, they were on the defensive side here. They're going to the attacking side next half. So they're going to have to get intensely creative to try to pull it back. 8-4, definitely not a scoreline that is done and dusted. Has a lot of potential for comebacks, but Far Esports, they're going to have to be very strong with their executions to make sure they're able to do that. One thing I will ask you though, do you think the fact that they have 4 utility champions, especially the Breach, could end up like helping them a lot in attack, even though it puts a lot of pressure onto this solo fragger that is Knight Rider?
I think a lot of utility on attacking half is much more important compared to the defensive half. On the defensive half, if you have raw firepower, you can cheese away a lot of the kills. But especially when it's on attack, you need to flush out utility. You need to see how much of utility you can bait out from your opponents, wait it out, see what they use, and then you execute onto the side. You have the flash advantage in comparison to Exotic Nexus. And you need to play with those strengths as you're going to be moving forward into a lot of these rounds. And yes, of course, Far Esports playing quite slow, quite tactically, just like we would expect them on this attacking half when they are in this deficit.
Now, both teams just standing still, waiting for the right moment to strike, neither willing to commit, neither willing to make that one mistake, knowing that the other team will punish them severely for that mistake. Far Esports on the attacking side, it's going to be them who has to make the first move because the timer running down now at 50 seconds. You see Far Esports acknowledging that, looking to push into B, make noise. Spike still at A though. This is Far Esports trying to force out rotations, which is exactly what's happening, but Bad Love on the flank might end up causing a lot of damage. You see the Spike now rotating towards A, barely dodging that flank. Far Esports playing it really slow, but with just 30 seconds left, they have to go.
Seconds left that they have to go, and we are going to be hearing the song coming out from Bad Love. He's just going to be rushing it onto the side. Cole able to take down one. He's looking for another one. Gets that headshot onto SMX as well, and he's just surviving. He's causing so much chaos. 40 seconds left on the clock. Will they be able to take it is the real question. Shivy though, not able to find the shots on Nepu, and Nepu able to take him down. Running down the clock for so long does hurt a lot at Far Esports. They were not able to be the well-executed and disciplined team that we normally see them to be in this scenario. They lose the pistol round just because they were not able to hold strong in the very initial stages of this fight. And an extremely well-played round from Exotic Nexus, well-disciplined, well-oiled, and that is what you need to see when you're playing the mental game of Valorant.
Just very poor decision making from Far Esports, I have to say, because it seems like they're very indecisive about what they want to do. Choosing to use the breach at B site, making noise, and then going to that same site after you know that the defensive team has made the rotations. Not something I like. What I would like them to do instead is, if you're looking to go to B site altogether, go with the breach, use that utility to rush the site. Otherwise, make noise at B and then go to A. Far Esports are not doing either of those play, end up being caught in the middle, going down in that pistol round. 9-4 now for Exotic Nexus. Eco round for the side of Far Esports, and it should be Exotic Nexus looking to take a comfortable lead. Collie, he didn't choose to buy, he chose to stuck to the ghost for a potential operator buy coming out next round. Gets the first kill. Shavi returns the kill onto Collie, makes it 4v4. Far Esports committing to A side now with Spike going in. Bad Love though with that ghost finds multiple kills. Just one actually. Knight Rider returning it back. 10p with one more. Makes it 3v2. So far a really expensive round for Exotic Nexus, but they have the man advantage.
They do have the man advantage, but Knight Rider with this deal is gonna be so difficult to take down in the long run. Ladies and gentlemen, the camera is gonna be going through, but they're gonna be rushing in onto the B side, trying to go for a spike plant, and especially on a map like this where the spike plant is gonna help so much for the economic advantage as you're gonna be moving forward. We're gonna be seeing Knight Rider though catching one player off guard and hopefully getting that one tap on his side. SMX making so much noise on his end. Will he be able to find it is a real question.
Knight Rider getting that kill onto Nepu. 10p answers back onto SMX, and the defuse is cute. Knight Rider with a one-tap headshot takes down 10p. Knight Rider versus DX for the win. Knight Rider peeking with the knife just ends up getting taken down by DX. Knight Rider was so close to getting that clutch, playing brilliantly with the Sheriff, but just that one moment of being out of focus, not concentrating fully, and means that DX takes him down. Having said that though, eco round for Far Esports, the fact that they had even 4 kills is humongous, expensive round for Exotic Nexus, and this will be the buy round for both teams. This will be the round of investment for both teams. So it's Far Esports. This is their round for them to try to make the comeback right here.
Yes, this should
Of a misjudged play coming out from Knight Rider. I think he was going for those jiggle pick corners and probably had some back and loss, probably had some issues and some attention loss at that very last second, but that is gonna hurt in the long run. And let us look at the scoreboard really quick to see what Bad Love is doing. Look at this raise with the 22-9-2 score line, and the second frag only being on 30. He's on a tear and he's tearing apart every single one of the players coming in from Far Esports. Recon Ball does connect on the Collie. Note that the operator is planted up on A short, but just as I said, Bad Love gets another kill on the Scargod. This is his map. He knows his angles too well, and Far Esports is not being able to answer onto the raise. Answer onto the raise of Exotic Nexus. He's showing so much potential and so much power, but things have slowed down once again. Exotic Nexus not really pushing up. Bad Love sitting near the teleport angle. Probably just gonna jump in if he gets one pick off or if he sees any player pushing onto him. Just gonna hold it out. Spike does go down onto the middle side. And Whitehorse, he's gonna be peeking that corner immediately. Will he be catching Battle Up? Yes, he does. Whitehorse, though, with the amazing jiggles from his side. And slicing, a perfectly executed slicing the pie from his end. But 10p, he has the ultimate in hand.
30
Goes
seconds left.
for the orbital strike, being able to stop out the punter as every single one of his team members are able to run back onto him. And this is gonna be a post-plan scenario going in for Exotic Nexus.
Spike planted.
Oh, Knight Rider takes down 10p. Knight Rider from B short, able to pull that through for his team, making sure the spike plant does go through for Shivy. Now 4v2 scenario, Collie with the operator does take down SMX. Really nice shot. Collie looking for another through the wall, will not find it, throws out the smoke to block out the showers, and now with 2 members down in lamps, this is where he needs to make his stand. Collie gets taken down by Shivy though, and that's going to be a free operator for Far Esports and likely a win in this round unless Nepu can pull out some sort of amazing clutch. With not much time left on the spike, Nepu just looking to save right here, catch some exit frags for himself, and it will be Far Esports making it 5-10. Especially with their operator, they actually didn't choose to pick up the operator, so really interesting for me, the fact that they just let the operator go. It shows that I think for Far Esports, they're looking to enable Knight Rider being on an aggressive playstyle, because if you put Knight Rider on the op as the solo fragger, suddenly you lack that entry fragger power, and a really smart decision by Far Esports all along, I think. Winning this buy round, looking to go into the next round with a tempo advantage.
Probably going into, and just as you said, they choose to not pick up the operator mainly because, yes, of course, Knight Rider needs to be that driving force when you are entering onto a site, but at the same time, you need to consider something. Attacking with an op is so much more difficult compared to what it was before, especially with the nerfs coming out to the operator. So teams are nowadays playing a lot less operators in a lot more of the bigger scenes as well. When we talk about Europe, when we talk about North America, operators are not as abundant as they were before, especially when it comes to attack, where it is so difficult to get any value out of it. And just as I say it, Bad Love gets a kill on the Shivy. This guy's just on a tear. This guy is feeling it right now. It is his map, it is his team, and he is just cleaning up house. And just as I said, Scargod able to retaliate with a kill on the Collie, looking for another one onto 10p, and Knight Rider comes in from the side, taking out Bad Love, putting a stop to his rampage, but one guy sitting onto this heaven angle.
Smoke's down.
And Nepu probably gonna be able to find out one if he pushes out of this smoke. Scargod is none the wiser. He does get caught off guard, and Nepu with the frenzy able to take him down. 2 versus 2 scenario for the side of Far Esports. Whitehorse lurking up, slowly coming into the corner. One coming on the B long angle though. Knight Rider does not know it. He's checking the wrong side, and he's probably gonna be spotting out him soon. But Ian Dex able to find him out at the very last second. 1 versus 2 scenario for Whitehorse. This is gonna be so hard for his side. Spike Diffuse going out as well, but one watching from the hook angle is gonna hurt so much in the long run, and Nepu finds it out from hookah.
Thanks.
Really well played from the side of Exotic Nexus.
It's a nifty round for Exotic Nexus because it was only Bad Love able to afford the Phantom buy. The rest of his team on pistols, frenzies, and sheriffs, meaning that once again, Exotic Nexus proving why they chose Bind. The team just looks so much more confident, so much more cleaner than they looked on Split, and looks like they are ready to take us to map 3. For Esports, even though they won the buy round, they're not able to pull off the next round, the advantage round. Like, the biggest reason for winning the buy round means that you get an extra round to sort of get that extra point for yourself and able to come back. But now it will be like almost full buys for the side of Far Esports. The operator for the side of Kali just holding it down in this angle. Far Esports, they have 3 ultimates. They have the Silver ultimate and they have the Brimstone ultimate, so they can use that to make a bang and enter this site and help with the retake. We've seen how good they can be. We'll see if Far Esports is able to execute that, because 6th round lead for Exotic Nexus. Exotic Nexus looking to take us to match point in this round.
Taking us to match point, but we cannot put Far Esports in the gutter just yet. They do have the guns, they do have the power in their side, and hopefully they're gonna be able to take it when we are gonna be watching this. But it's such a slow take. They're playing it slow, they're playing it systematically. No one's really pushing up really far, and this is just gonna be a slow take from each side. Finally, we're gonna be seeing Scargod coming up with all of the picks, but just as I say, the index able to take down one, and with Kali taking another one onto this A side. Everyone from the A side has gone down. A fast push coming out, Knight Rider being able to take down Dex, but 3 versus 4 scenario coming out from their side, with Bad Love taking down Chibi as well. The local flasher is gone, and Bad Love with the showstopper being used, not connecting for Scargod, able to take down Bad Love from the side. This is very much possible. Knight Rider taking one down as well, but Nepu, he cleans up house onto Scargod. He has the knives in hand though. Knight Rider does not, the right pick does not connect. It's gonna hurt so much in the long run, and Nepu comes in with a frenzy in the back, just taking him out. And ladies and gentlemen, Far Esports are in the gutter, it seems, with Exotic Nexus on match point, and this is going to be so difficult for their side to win out, especially with the economic disadvantage going into the next round.
It's gonna be insanely difficult for Far Esports to pull it back, because they're not, as you said, they're gonna be at an economic disadvantage. They're not gonna be able to afford full loadouts. Even if they can get Phantoms and Vandals, it will be with light shields. But this round, I'm not happy with the way they set themselves up for the retake. Knight Rider not holding on to his Blaze Storm. I really do think trigger control would have ended up being the difference there, because Kali did not spot him at all. If he just holds on for a second, he can sneak up behind them, get that kill, and then look for the 1v1, but he's not able to do that, does not land the Blaze Storm, meaning it's gonna be Exotic Nexus taking it to match point. For Esports, they just don't look like the team that they were in map 1, and I think that may be because Exotic Nexus is catching them off guard with their home pick on Bind. Exotic Nexus, like, just how Far Esports was able to predict Exotic Nexus's plays on Split. Exotic Nexus right now predicting Far Esports plays on Split, predicting their positions, and in their mind constantly just taking them down. 12-5 right now. Exotic Nexus looking to win on their home map in a much more dominant fashion than Far Esports did on their own.
Remember what I said to you about, if you win that first map, you have that ride of confidence?
Yep.
And that may just break it or make it for you when you're moving forward into the next map. That is basically what happened to Far Esports. They had that ride of confidence, but they let that get to their heads. And in the long run, Exotic Nexus used that to their advantage. They have that potential, they have that power. And Kali, though, getting spotted out by the Owl drone, but the Hunter's Fury does not connect. No information has been given. And just as I say, Knight Rider able to get that kill onto Dex. And a fast push coming out from Bad Luck to try and regain that hookah control. And the collaterals coming out from this, man. It's gonna hurt so much. It wants out another one. And the spray does connect. And this is gonna be such a good play coming out from his end. But Bad Luck not able to get a last kill. Far SMX able to shut him down. 2 versus 2 scenario going out from the side of Far Esports. Plan has not yet been gone down. The spot out has happened onto the CT angle, and everyone's just going to be holding it out and waiting. Post-plant scenario going out for the side of Far Esports, and Exotic Nexus, they're looking to close it out.
One enemy remaining.
White Horse left the tin box at the worst time possible. 10p from Hookah, able to just clean up both SMX and White Horse. I feel like if White Horse had just waited for a couple more seconds in that tin box, he would have ended up taking them down. But 13-5, Exotic Nexus take down Far Esports in map 2, make it 1-1 for us in the series, and push us to map 3. GG, well played to Exotic Nexus. That was a beautiful showing.
That was a really beautiful showing indeed, and just goes to show how amazing of a team Exotic Nexus is, and they're playing out of their minds. I have to give a lot of credit to Bad Love. Just look at the scoreboards going out on this: 28 for his side, and moving forward, 440 ACS. This guy literally took every single fight and every single battle without question, and that just goes to show how amazing of a player he is.
Yeah, Bad Love just absolutely popped off right there on Exotic Nexus's home map and enabled the win for them. 13-11 was the score for Far Esports in the first map, 13-5 for Exotic Nexus. Now, Exotic Nexus riding that wave of confidence. We'll take a second, though, to look through the entire map, talk about where Far Esports fell short and where Exotic Nexus were able to get perfect executions through the Relive the Moment brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 notebook, powered by Ryzen 4000 series processors, perfect for gaming and multitasking. Now, for esports, for me, the way they approach this map is the biggest error, because I feel like they played this like any standard map, and that was also our issue with the way Exotic Nexus played Split. But the difference was that Exotic Nexus, they adapted in game. They were able to switch up their strategies and they're able to take the fight to Far Esports. We did not see that from Far Esports in map 2. They basically were stagnating at that same point, and even though they're able to pick up a few rounds, those I feel like were heavily on the fact that Exotic Nexus is making mistakes as compared to Far Esports making plays. But we cannot count Far Esports out just yet. This is just 1-1. This was not their home map, this was their away map, and going into next match, the tiebreaker, when their backs are against the wall, I think we'll just see the best from both teams.
It's the best indeed. And in the long run, this is gonna hurt so much, but with the ride of confidence from both sides, and with Far Esports being a lot more humbled now that they have lost that second map, they're going to be playing a lot more tactically, they're going to be playing it a lot more better, hopefully. As Exotic Nexus, they are riding the boat of confidence, and this is a team that rides well when it comes to momentum. The more rounds they take, the more wins they get, the more confident, the more flashier plays we're going to be seeing coming out from Exotic Nexus. And Bad Luck, I have to give it to the Rays, stepped up huge in a lot of these plays, and we are seeing him just go on a tear, just breaking through everyone from the side of Far Esports. And in the long run, hopefully this carries forward into the next map.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Far Esports is able to pull back from this win, or if it will be Exotic Nexus riding the wave of confidence from a dominant 13-5 win to push themselves to the upper bracket semifinals, to push themselves at the guaranteed money spot for themselves in this matchup. Now, for Far Esports, as you mentioned, a bit of complacency came in, but these players, Shivy, Knight Rider especially, we know them to be stalwarts of this scene. They've shown time and time again through Series 1 and 2 their brilliance to be able to come up in high pressure situations. So I'm going to look to those two to pull it back for Far Esports, because Exotic Nexus, they're on a high, they play this map brilliantly. Now, while we go set up for map 3, we'll take a couple of seconds. In that time, make sure you check out the links in the description below. Amazing monitor sales going on for you. Also, with the Series 4 registration live, it's time for you not just to upgrade your setup, but to get your friends together, make a squad for yourself, and compete against the best of the best. In Series 3, we are out to crown a new champion, and in Series 4, you could come and beat that champion down. You'll just have to register for that. But now, we'll go set up for Game 3, the most exciting of them to come. We'll be back real soon with the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 3. See you at Game 3.
Hell Ranger, 1 versus 5, and this is going to be Velocity Gaming winning TEC Challenger Series.
The clock is ticking down. Velocity can feel it. Velocity have done
Attackers
it.
win.
3-2. They take the grand finals and are your undisputed champions.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 3, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD, with ACT as our fiber partner and AFK Gaming as our media partner. We are back for map 3 between FAR Esports and Exotic Nexus. Exotic Nexus dropped map 1-2 FAR Esports 13-11, won map 2 13-5 on Bind, and now going into map 3, looking to make it 2-1 are both of these teams. Now, Aggressive, as we go into map screen, talk to me about like the difference between game 1 and game 2 between Exotic Nexus, because game 1 really close, game 2 not at all.
So not at all close, just because I have to tell you, as I said before, FAR Esports go very hard and really strong when it comes to Split. We have seen them multiple times on Split. They have dominating performances, and this just goes to show in that map as well. On Bind, though, they were really confused. They didn't know what to pick, and the switch of SMX going onto the Sova and Scargod going onto the Smoke really did hurt them a lot in the long run moving forward into this map. Because when you consider this, Scargod on the Duelist does help a lot when he's running in onto the sides. But Scargod on the Smoke, he just felt a bit lost when it come to Bind. And that really did hurt them in the long run. And of course, we have to give a lot of credit to Bad Love. He stepped up so strong and so huge on that race when it came to the plays that he made. His headshots rained true, and I'm pretty sure that the players felt it all the way through when you're coming in and onto this fight.
Now, going into game, we'll definitely have to keep our eyes on Bad Love. Take a quick look at the scorecard, see what each agent is playing, each player is playing in this matchup. Now, for the side of FAR Esports, same composition throughout. For the side of Exotic Nexus, small changes coming in. I think it's Bad Love switching from the Raze onto the Phoenix and Kali staying on the Jet. FAR Esports running back the same composition. While I like the confidence, I'm not so sure if it'll end up working out. The one change that they have made is Scargod, instead of playing Brimstone, he's playing the Omen. Personally, I prefer Omen for like duelist type players, for fraggers in general, because of Omen's ability to play aggressively, to use his shouted step, to use his paranoia to push into his sights. Now, FAR Esports, they're on the attacking side, and Exotic Nexus, they stand on to A. FAR Esports, they have a free B to enter to themselves, but they're not going. This is like a Mexican standoff, and we as spectators and casters are just like, bruh.
I know, that's what I was like trying to tell you. I'm like, CA, look at the video.
Right now, you see FAR Esports making the rotation onto Exotic Nexus's stacked A. This is going to be such a bruh moment for either team, because right now FAR Esports, they're running into a mess.
Oh no.
They're running into
30
a
seconds
bloodbath,
left.
but they could just turn it around. The paranoia comes out, the commit coming in, Knight Rider SMX finding the kills.
Oh god.
Knight Rider with another, Knight Rider on a frenzy with that frenzy.
Player
Kali finds the return though, Knight Rider with the third. Balmain is 3v1, the spy carrier is down. Nepu finds another, onto SMX, makes it 2v1. FAR Esports, they ran into the massacre, but they told them,
Oh no.
no, we are the massacre. Knight Rider, 4 kills on that frenzy, stepping the hell up. That's what you want to see from your solo duelist. Knight Rider absolutely popping off that round.
He is absolutely popping off indeed. That frenzy, he just went in on a tear, and poor old Nepu, he thought he was just gonna get a bit closer onto Knight Rider using that dash, switches the gun at the worst moment possible, getting caught off guard, and an extremely well played round coming out from Far Esports. Exotic Nexus, they played it so well. They made the perfect read, but in the long run, it really didn't work out in their favor, and that does hurt a lot when you're considering a team of Far Esports' caliber. And just as I say, Knight Rider has the Phantom in hand, going out on the second round, trying to find some picks. Spots out Collie on the A long angle, but this is just gonna be a huge issue with the Phantom in hand for Knight Rider. They're just going to be holding it out, seeing what kind of map control that they can gain. Mid push though coming out from Nepu gets spotted out by the Owl Drone, and White Horse is able to get that pick onto Nepu coming out from the side. And from the side of Far Esports, they take down one, but Padlov just holding out on the long garage angle, but they're gonna be looking for a C push. Everyone is just creeping in, and from our side, it just looks like a cat and mouse chase between Far Esports and Exotic Nexus. They're just playing the merry-go-round, and that's what you need to do on him, and the dashes it onto the side, and the side control goes towards the favor of Far Esports.
Now, Far Esports looking for the spike plant. SMX takes down Bad Love. Knight Rider will get the plant off here, and they will be able to adopt post-plant positions. Shivi now at C-Long finds DX and Collie just running into his Spectre, and that's going to be a flawless round for Far Esports. Far Esports coming out in map 3, all cylinders firing, exactly like the team we expect them to be, looking really, really strong. But on round 3, Exotic Nexus will have full buy, so I'm going to look right there to see. For me, that round 3 might just decide the tempo of the entire matchup, because if Far Esports are able to make it 3-0, I feel like there will be no stopping them. If Exotic Nexus is able to pull it back, we're in for one more really close matchup. Now, what I really like is what you mentioned. Haven, such an important map to continuously rotate, and Far Esports doing just that, looking for picks and then committing to another site and doing it very, very slowly, not giving away any unnecessary information. And right here, you see them doing exactly that. Multiple members walking down A, but doing so very, very slowly, not giving away any information whatsoever. All 5 members onto A. This is going to be a heavy commit from Far Esports on A, and with just Cypher holding it down, it's going to be an easy site take. Knight Rider dashing in, now holding down the link angle from spawn. The plant will come out from Scargod, and it's Far Esports, even though it's 5-5, who have the spike planted and side control.
Always in their favor. The shock dart does land onto him, but that's just gonna do a little bit of damage. Cage though is at the ready. They have all of their smoke. Bad Luck being able to take down one, gets caught out by the Owl Drone, spotting him out on the corner. He needs to get out, and he needs to get out quick. But will he be able to, is the real question. Not gonna be able to find the 10 drop though, with a good spray transfer and a good flick. Able to connect. Collie though takes down another one. Chibi, he has Spectre in hand, does some damage, but it's not gonna help out in the long run. And Scargod does get taken down as he does take out 10 top. And an extremely well executed retake coming out from Exotic Nexus, and that is where the gun disadvantage did come into play. There was a lot of guns coming out from the backgrounds, and Chibi sitting on that long angle with the Spectre was not able to do a lot of damage in comparison. For example, if you think about the fact that if Knight Rider played that long angle and Chibi played the close angle with the Spectre, he could have gone for the run and gun. He could have got some form of a kill at the bare minimum going forward into this round. But with Knight Rider not being able to find one there, that is going to hurt a lot in the long run. And as you can see, Shivi with the Spectre not able to do much at all, sitting on that A-short angle.
I definitely agree. I think it all went down like a bunch of dominoes cascading, with SMX going down towards the CT area of the long angle in A. And that meant that Shivi had to rotate, with Knight Rider with no support gets taken down, and Exotic Nexus able to win that buy round. Now, for the side of Far Esports, they're able to buy fully this round. For them, this is their buy round, this is their gun round, and they'll look to push their lead even further. You see the drone coming out from SMX, the Hunter's Fury from the side of Nepu, from the side of SMX, actually will take down Bad Love. Got a kill and one tag onto the side of Nepu, meaning that Far Esports, they have an easy entry onto C side. SMX with another solo carrying his team so far in this round. 5v2 on the map. Far Esports looking to win their investment round.
They're gonna be looking to win this investment round hard with 2 versus 5 scenario going on for their side. Nepu and Knight Rider are nearly dead to rights. Going on to this A side, they have the Postman seniors on their side, but
Spike
we see Knight
planted.
Rider just lurking it out. He's just holding that corner down so hard. Skin change for 10p. He just wants that better skin. He has that 10% increase headshots when you buy a skin, ladies and gentlemen. Moving forward into this round, but they're just gonna be opting to save. They're just gonna be holding back onto C long and seeing if they can catch any rotation picks from Far Esports and damage their economy even further.
5v2 on the map. The spike is planted at A. Far Esports, they made a ton of noise at C, but they rotated all the way over to A to get the spike planted. And this is going to be a save coming from Tent-P and DX. They're not looking to give up their guns here. They know how important a stabilizing economy is, especially when they're on the defensive half. So we can take this time to talk about like the map in general. As compared to Split and Bind, Haven generally not considered a defense favored map. It is generally considered an attack favored map because of the multiple sides, but barely by an edge, because especially in competitive play, you see such coordination coming in from both teams that they're able to continuously rotate, continuously keep the other team guessing, and with the shorter rotations for the attackers half and the proactivity coming in from them, attacking becomes just a little bit easier. Far Esports on the attacking half, now with the lead, Exotic Nexus for them, it's all about getting to the magic number. In this round, you see Exotic Nexus almost full buys, just Collie on this Stinger. This will be, that might just end up stinging them a little bit, but for all we know, it could end up being a semi-buy win for them and end up stinging Far Esports. We'll have to see. The pause timer now off, counting down is the clock. This round, a really important round for Exotic Nexus to try to pull back, and their staff will beat.
They are stacking and they're going to be rushing in hard. The Molly is there to stop any sort of hyper-aggressive pushes coming out from their end. But Bad Luck spots out one, but does get taken out by Far SMX with a well-placed headshot from his side. Molly has a blazestorm in hand, goes for a knife, but sees 3 players just waiting it out. If he pushes through this smoke, this is going to be certain death for his side. Far SMX uses the drone to spot out any forms of information. Here's one person running around onto the B side on the back. And they have some forms of information. A push coming out slowly for the side of Far Esports. They're playing it so well. They're playing it so tactically. They're forcing out so many rotations from the side of Exotic Nexus. Arrow has been found out. Probably going to be finding one position. Knows that White Horse is there. Here's some footsteps, but they're going to be going for a back rotation once more. They're just going to be playing a cat and mouse chase, but Exotic Nexus, they're not going to be falling for it, but yes, they are. Oh no, Nepu, you left the side. He needs to be coming back on, but it's going to be so hard for him to even hold it. He does not know any of the last position. Footsteps have been heard, and he's going to get caught out trying to throw a recon dart. Exotic Nexus on that deficit. Far SMX getting a kill on Akali as well. On the window angle. This is just gonna hurt so much. Far Esports 5 versus 2 once more. And Exotic Nexus on the deficit round.
Effectively a full buy round for Exotic Nexus in terms of the credits they invested, because the only player not with the full buy was Collie with the Blaze Storm. So the fact that they're not able to pull this round really gonna hurt them. And with just 2 players left, once again, you're gonna see Tent-P and DX, last man standing, again going for the saves. Now, while I love the fact that they're thinking about their economy and they're saving these guns, giving away rounds like these not going to work out, especially with the way this round started. You saw Exotic Nexus rushing B, Bad Love trying to push into the B window, looking to get a kill, but instead SMX taking him down was what ended up really costing them. Then you saw Nepu just backing out of the site, getting zoomed into the mind games that Far Esports is playing. 1-4, 4 rounds for Far Esports so far, playing it brilliantly, able to take this map 3 by the storm. Far Esports looking to run away with it, and that's the thing about this team. We see them at their very best when they have a win streak going on. And for Exotic Nexus, now that they're on Eco next round, I feel like this might just be a little too far gone in the first half.
A little too far gone indeed. And with Skargot going back onto the Omen as well, a much more hyper-aggressive smoker, I would say, for their side is gonna be such a huge change and such a huge movement when it comes to their tempo of how they play as a team. We all know that Skargot loves to play so hyper-aggressively, and putting him in the Omen is one of those plays that we are gonna be seeing working out for their side. Far Esports though, just gonna be holding it out. Did some damage to Bad Love. not opting to go for the molly heal just yet. Has the sheriff in hand. They're just gonna be waiting it out, seeing if they can get any sort of picks. Collie sitting with that shotty on this A short angle, and if they push into it, it's going to be so deadly for their side, and White Horse might as well be the first victim as he's pushing up slowly right into Collie's waiting crosshair, but White Horse way quicker on that pig is able to take down Collie immediately. Battle of the sitting on this angle, has the sheriff in hand, trying to look for another one. He's not going to be able to find it, and he does get sprayed down by SMX. But Battle of one kill to his name. Nepu trying to tap away at Knight Rider, not going to be able to find it. Takes a little bit of tag damage, but that is pretty much it. Sheriff though still in hand, trying to do a lot of noise onto this A side, trying to find one, but Ian Dex has the Phantom in hand to take him down, and with 10p taking one onto Knight Rider as well. And this seems very much possible, but at the same time, we're going to be seeing such a huge pick coming out from the side of White Horse, and Ian Dex, he steps of use, 30 HP and a dream. He needs to land this headshot onto Skargod right now, but with Skargod with so much health to his side, and he needs to play this perfectly, otherwise this is gonna hurt, and Skargod comes in hard with that clutch. That is all that they're gonna be needing, ladies and gentlemen, and Far Esports take it 5-1.
Now that was the eco round for the side of Exotic Nexus, and while they did significant damage to Far Esports, taking down 4 guns, it's not really gonna affect Far Esports that much because they're on a win streak. They're getting that free win streak money. Their bank is overflowing with that cash, and they are up 4 rounds now, 1-5. Just looking really, really strong. Exotic Nexus, they played well, especially DX in this round, able to get multiple kills, doing really well to hold down this side. But Exotic Nexus not able to prevent the spike plan meant it them going down. Now Collie on the operator, down at A long, gets that opening kill onto this side. Back up with another operator. That's a double operator lineup for Exotic Nexus, taking down White Horse. Exotic Nexus looking to fight back with a really expensive round that might just end up working out. Oh my god!
What?
One enemy remaining.
I mean, Collie with that quick score just came in huge. DX with another onto Shivy. It's 5v1, and this is how you inspire comebacks. You take a risk, you gamble on it, and it comes up huge. 10p finishes off that flawless round for Exotic Nexus. I think Aggressive, you're still shocked about that quick scope, aren't you?
Yes, I'm pretty sure that, like, Collie didn't even know he was there. SMX had all of the advantages in the world. Collie did not have any armor either, and this quickscope was so clean and so nice coming up from Collie. He played out of his mind, and he has that operator in hand. And with the double off, especially on a map like Haven, when it comes to defense, I don't need to tell you how dangerous and how potent it can be, especially when Far Esports only have that one flasher being the breach.
Orbital strike coming out from the side of Exotic Nexus down at window. Trying to predict a sort of push from Far Esports, not gonna happen though. And Far Esports, they're looking to play it slow with the drone coming out right here from Nepu, looking to catch both the drones. They're gonna meet on that map, get taken down. Now the Hunter's Fury will come out from SMX, will tag one, take down one. Collie with the operator though takes down Skargod for a return kill. 4v4 on the map. Far Esports, they haven't committed to a particular side just yet, looking to play it slow before they push. Bad Love, he has his ultimate, he has his run it back, and that could end up being really influential. But the side of Far Esports, the Rolling Thunder available, the Neural Theft available, and the Blade Storm, meaning they have the ultimate advantage. Now Far Esports, 3 members going towards B and A, just Shivy towards A, 2 members towards B. Far Esports looking to just get another pick before they fully commit to a particular side.
Just wait around and seeing what they can find, but a 4 versus 4 scenario with the clock ticking down, 35 seconds left on the clock, and the B side is completely open. They have
30
taken
seconds
it
left.
over, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on to the side, and 10p gets caught out by the Rolling Thunder, gets sent to the heavens of A side immediately, and White Horse a bit sad he couldn't get that kill, but the spike plant is going to make him happy in the long run. He's just going to be holding it out. Knight Rider gets flashed out a tiny bit, but Shimi gets that pick on the bad luck. But 10p getting one onto the operator is going to be huge for their side. Side has been lost, but Knight Rider raiding through with his headshots is going to be able to find that 1 versus 3 scenario for 10p, and he's just gonna opt to save it once again. And a map like Haven, if you have very broken bikes and if you go for ecos, it's just so hard unless you have a proper gun. So a good call from 10p, and another round coming out from Far Esports, making it a 6-2.
Yeah, a really good round from Far Esports. I especially love the way they're able to use that ultimate from Shivi down at the A sewer area, able to affect a link directly near the CT spawn, enabling Knight Rider to dash in and push multiple members from Exotic Nexus on to Heavens right here. You see 10P and DX forced to go back into Heavens, thus completely clearing out B site for Far Esports. A beautiful synergy of abilities being used by Far Esports to push them to 6-2. Now, I have to ask you, Aggressive, what score do you think would be good enough for Exotic Nexus? Because while I am the biggest proponent of magic number 4, I don't think 4 is enough in this round, particularly given how confident Far Esports look.
You need to get at least 5 rounds. On a map like Haven, you need to have some wiggle room to understand how your opponent plays the defense. And if you don't crack the code immediately, and if you don't have that potential to have that wiggle room, 5 is the magic number for me, especially when it comes to a map like Haven, where the defenders can play maybe on one side together, maybe on this side together, maybe they start pushing, maybe they start holding passive. You need to know what they do, and having that 5 on your board, you can at least lose 2 more rounds, making it a 5 and 9. At the very least, you can know how your opponent plays. And just as I say that, Far Esports, they already know how Exotic Nexus play. They like to push on Haven, they like to take map control, and that is hurting them so much with Far SMX getting 2 picks immediately, and Collie being the only one sitting on this A side. He's gonna be holding out for a rush. Now, if they check this angle, this is gonna hurt so much in the long run. He does not have his gun out, and Scargo does get taken down, ladies and gentlemen. It's Far SMX taking down Collie as well. 1 versus 4 situation once again. 10P. He's finding himself in these goddamn situations way too much, I would say.
Now, you see Far Esports, 4 versus 1, 10P always the last man standing. This time though, it's going to be an extremely difficult task for him to clutch through. And while saving is really good, like the rounds going through for Far Esports even better. 10P gets one onto Far SMX, but Far Esports just playing it slow and not willing to commit unnecessarily. Now though, they, with the spike counting down, they want the kill. You see both Knight Rider and Whitehorse closing in on 10P from both sides. Knight Rider takes down 10P, and that will be 7-2 for Far Esports right here. Far Esports just looking extremely strong on Haven, and I think I agree. I think 5 rounds would be pretty decent for this side of Exotic Nexus, but with just 3 rounds to go in the half, that's all of those rounds. So at least an 8-4, because 9-3 I think would definitely be too far gone for Far Esports because of how instrumental it makes the pistol round. Now we'll take a quick look at the scorecard, see how both teams are doing. Eco round for the side of Exotic Nexus, Collie doing decently, and Bad Love not stepping up, really costing Exotic Nexus so far. For the side of Far Esports, so SMX and Whitehorse once again leading the charge. Knight Rider not too far behind with 7 kills. 7-2, eco round for Exotic Nexus. Far Esports looking to push into C-side, but the flank from 10P. Oh my god!
He finds one, he couldn't get the other one, but he gets a gun to his name instead, and they're gonna do so much damage towards the side of Far Esports. 10P comes in massive with that flag, getting those 2 headshots, getting the 3rd headshot as well, taking down everyone from the side of Far Esports. Whitehorse spots out one, does a bit too much noise, gets caught out. And Bad Love, he's just gonna be running around trying to get a gun, gets caught out by the flash, but he just gets spammed on, and 10P with the 4K is able to close it out and give Exotic Nexus one more chance for freedom moving forward into the next round.
What a flank by 10P. Does it brilliantly, pushes in from Garage, gets that flank onto them from C-Long. In this, SMX on the drone, catches him out, enables this push from his team, and then from C-Long able to get multiple kills for himself, closing it out with that 4K, making it 7-3, keeping the chance of pushing to 7-5 still alive. Now full bias for both teams. This will be a really interesting round because we'll see if Far Esports is able to push their lead further, or if Exotic Nexus can use that momentum from the insane play coming from 10P to push it to 7-5. You see Far Esports looking to push into A side, run it back. We'll get pop from Bad Love down in garage area. DX takes down Shivi. 5v4 right now. Spike carrier is down. It's Exotic Nexus with the man advantage. The running back coming in. Huge for info. Bad Love with another kill onto Scargod. Collie with that op takes down Knight Rider. And Whitehorse will take down Collie in return. But it's Exotic Nexus with a 2-man advantage looking to make it 7-4 right here.
Foolish.
4 right here and now, but make it a 3v2 immediately. Whitehorse has reigned through with all of his shots. One guy is on the heaven angle. Whitehorse knows that as well. Spots out one, slowly creeping up on the 10p, but 10p is already wise, but he's not wise enough as Whitehorse raised the shot instead. One on B-Link, one on A-Long. Who's going to be winning out on this fight is a real question, but the spike carrier is still sitting on that long angle, and this is going to hurt so much. Whitehorse, he needs to find it, and he needs to find it now. Gets sprayed on with a good flash from Bad Love, being able to take him out. And they're slowly going towards the magic number of 5s.
Yeah, I mean, Whitehorse played that really well to get 3 kills that round and push it to a 1v2 situation. But what I really am not a big fan of is this right here. You can see that he's running, not walking, therefore giving away a lot of audio information to Bad Love, who once he hears the running sound coming towards him, he's just easily able to set up the flash and kill onto Whitehorse. Make it 7-4 for the side of Exotic Nexus. Now in the last round of the first half, take a quick look at the scorecard, see the loadouts for both teams. As you see, Far Esports completely stretched out looking for picks. You see Operator for Knight Rider, Operator for Nepu, full buys for both teams almost throughout with Collie on the Spectre. This will be a really important round because Far Esports, they've lost a couple of rounds in a row. They need to try to make it 8-4 because at 7-5, Exotic Nexus will get an immense amount of confidence. Far Esports now, they're holding down A, they're holding down B. You can see that Whitehorse, he's slowly pushing through Garage, looking to get extra information for his team. Bad Love now pushing through mid, might just be caught out by Far Esports. The Hunter's Fury comes out from SMX. Bad Love with that push will take him down, but Shivi instantly finds the answer back. 4v4, Far Esports still playing it really slow. Whitehorse now, pushing through Garage, in the sideline of Nepu, but Nepu turns away. And that will mean that Whitehorse, he can just walk in to the CT side area, takes down 10p. Nepu will get a return kill onto Scargod though. HC long, Nepu holding down C with the Operator. Now Whitehorse making his way from Garage into C, looking to take down the Operator. Nepu takes on Shivi, but basically Whitehorse takes him down, throws out the Neural Theft. And in a 2v2 with Neural Theft, the advantage is with Far Esports.
Spike planted.
Zone positions, 2, 1 coming from CT, 1 coming from Garage. This is gonna hurt a lot in the long run. 1 going onto the long angle, though they're not gonna play it any sort of hyper aggressively. They're just gonna wait it out. Spots out 1, spots out 2. They already know that the 2 players are sitting on this Garage angle. Smokes are coming through, but they're playing it for the spam angle. They're just gonna be pinging the bomb and slowly spamming it out. They're trying to go for something, but Whitehorse gets it, and this is gonna hurt so much. Holy!
One enemy remaining.
Collie, you absolute maniac, went for
Switching
the full
sides.
defuse, pulled it through. Far Esports not knowing exactly where the spike is, costing them so much that round, a round that was easily in the bag. The fact that both of them went towards long meant that nobody to cover this site with not enough knowledge of where the spike is. Collie just pulling through in the smoke, sneaky defuse 101. 7-5, Exotic Nexus make it to our Haven magic number. Moving on into their own attacking half will look to make a complete difference. Now, Far Esports, they're on the defensive half. They still have the lead. And at 7-5, if they can win the pistol round for themselves, I think they can maintain that lead going forward.
Maintain that lead indeed, but when you consider that Haven is a much more attacker favored map because of the 3 sites on their end, this is going to be difficult, especially against such a hyper-aggressive team such as Exotic Nexus. 5 and 7 scoreline, they can test the waters, they can test how far Esports play this defense, and then they can make their plays. And just as I said, Bad Love gets a good 1-tap onto Whitehorse, and Collie looking for another one, but the Chibi with a classic right-click takes him down. And spots another one, sees that 1 player is on the long angle, 1 is on the back angle, but Chibi with those well-placed headshots, he finds it out, and Exotic Nexus already going to a 2 versus 4 scenario. Bad Love slowly creeping out on that side, but Chibi, he is looking to kill everyone from the side of Exotic Nexus. He is mad that he lost that last round, and they're just going to be guarding the fight on the long angle, and Bad Love 74 HP and a dream, gets tagged out by the drone, needs to heal, but at this stage, what can you do against a dominant force like Far Esports?
Civi played that round beautifully, constantly just predicting where the players were going to come
30
in from,
seconds
able
left.
to enable perfect crosshair placement for him to take him down. Bad Love with that one tap headshot, will they be able to take down Scarguard? But Shivi with the 4th of his round takes Bad Love down, pushes, gets a pistol round for Far Esports and pushes them at 8-5, and a chance to once again get that 4-round lead for themselves. What I will say is that while I completely agree Haven is an attacker-favored map, what I'm looking forward to is Knight Rider on the Operator, because once that comes through, you are able to basically deny one entry angle altogether, and if Far Esports are able to utilize that for themselves, it will be huge. Now, buy round coming in for the side of Far, Knight Rider getting the Phantom through Shivi's insane plays. Knight Rider looking to push in with the Phantom, will get one, takes down Collie, and it's a heavy A commit from Exotic Nexus, but it might end up costing them really hard as you see the rotations coming out. Knight Rider with the Phantom gets a headshot, takes down Bad Love. Shivi takes down Nepu, SMX with a kill onto DX. A flawless round coming in for Far Esports.
That ads coming out from SMX though, you gotta love that. He's like that jiggle left, jiggle right, jiggle left, center. That is like perfectly executed play and strafes coming up from his side. That was fun to watch, and of course, as flawless round coming up from Far Esports, they have that right of confidence. But just as I said, Exotic Nexus, they have tested the waters, they have lost the pistol round, they have lost the second round. But now the full buys are coming out from their side, and they know how exactly Far Esports are playing. And how will they use this information is up to them. But they need to execute it properly. Whichever strat they're going to be pulling, whichever strat that they're going to be going for, everything needs to be done perfectly. If they lose one more round, this is a 10-5 scoreline, and that is where it's going to hurt the most, ladies and gentlemen. Economically and in the long run, you're going to be losing a lot more rounds as well.
To the side of Exotic Nexus, this is a full buy round. Far Esports sticking to their guns from round 2. This is Exotic Nexus's round to win, because losing this round not only puts you at an economic disadvantage, but gives Far Esports a 5-round lead. Exotic Nexus playing it really slow, looking to break out all the utility from Far Esports setup before they look to commit to a site. But it's White Horse on that flank. It's White Horse who might just catch out multiple members here. White Horse over there instead gets taken down by 10p. Exotic Nexus doing really well to cover their backs now, rotating all the way to A. Far Esports though, they're acknowledging this. Multiple members rotating over to A side. You see Shivi especially the first one to reach there now. The paranoia comes in from the side of Scarguard to try to delay. Shivi with one, gets returned by Nepu, but Scarguard with another, looking for the advantage for Far. Instead of being Knight Rider taking down the spike, will go down. It's a 2v2 situation. Knight Rider SMX left. Knight Rider gets tagged down really low, but dashes away on time. SMX with that stinger will be able to clean up his teammates' work. And that's Far Esports rotating on time to get this round win for themselves. Make it 10-5 and put Exotic Nexus in an extremely deep ditch.
Extremely deep ditch indeed. And Exotic Nexus, you need to take that short control, my man. This is where that they really did the biggest mistake. They did not take a short control, and Knight Rider coming in with a huge flank. At least he was able to get some information. Not being able to get the kill is fine. At least information has been found, and Tentop gets caught off guard, and we all know how good that Stinger is versus Phantoms, versus Vandals, and that works out in the long run for the side of Far Esports. 10-5 scoreline. They're looking to close it out. 2 more rounds to go into match point. Who's gonna take it? CA, take it away.
10-5. This is gonna be an eco round for Exotic Nexus, so it's a chance for Far Esports to make it a 6-round lead for themselves. Far Esports still playing it really cautiously. Kind of pushing in through Garage. Will get taken down. Scarguard really low, but will find another kill onto Kali. Scarguard absolutely popping off right now. 10p found one, but Knight Rider with the op holding down. Long able to get him down. 4v2 for Far Esports already. And Far Esports looking to make it a really comfortable round for them in Exotic Nexus's eco.
Exotic Nexus is eco indeed, and this is gonna hurt so much in the long run. Knight Rider getting one more pick. The spike plan is gonna get them a bit of extra body moving into the next round, but Nepu with only just a sheriff in hand gets paranoid immediately. They're just gonna be holding it out. Every single member needs to be coming, gets caught out by the fault line, and this It's just gonna hurt. Gets flashed out. Scargod not able to get that kill off. And this is gonna hurt a bit. But Nefu not able to get that headshot on the Shivy. Does get taken down. And the spike defuse, making it an 11-5 scoreline for Exotic Nexus, moving forward into the next round.
That round was the eco round from Exotic Nexus, but the fact that they're now at 11-5 is gonna put so much pressure on them. We've seen though on map 1 how they react to pressure. Their ability to pull it back at the direst of dire situations is what makes them a top tier team. Exotic Nexus now at 11-5. They need to win round after round after round to make sure that they have a chance to like try and like either get a 13-11 win or try to push this to overtime. For Esports, they just need 2 rounds. Knight Rider, he has the op. He's looking to peek through garage and find that kill. Tag onto Collie, but will not get the kill. Run it back, used by Bad Love, looking to clear out B side for his team. Does just that. Will not get taken down by the op from Knight Rider and will get pulled back. But all he got from that was information that B side is clear. And Scargod on the flank will mean that a B side retake is one of the easiest retakes, I think, on Haven. Will mean we'll see if they choose to rotate from B side or plant on B side. Now Bad Love takes out Knight Rider on the op. The Hunter's Fury coming out from the side of SMX will find a kill onto Nepu, make it even once again. White Horse with the perfect flick taking down Collie. Bad Love with the operator takes on SMX, but instantly answered by Shivy. And Scargod with another will make it 3v1. Faris was looking to push to match point right here, right now.
Ian Dex, this Cypher has a dream, but he wants to take it away from the side of Far Esports. 1 versus 3 scenario going out. He has the spike in hand, but what will he do with it is the real question. Trying to find any forms of information, anything that will tell them where Far Esports is holding, but he's not gonna be able to find
30
it.
seconds
He needs to
left
go for this spike plan. Will it be on the B side? Will it be on the C side? I would probably opt to go for the C side. Play for a post-line scenario. Try and set up something, but you need to be so careful. And Far Esports, they're playing it so disciplined compared to all of their other maps. They're playing it slow, they're playing it tactical, but with 13 seconds left on the clock, he needs to make that
10
play.
seconds left.
He places the bomb near the CT angle. Really well played from his side. The smokes are going through, but the 2 members rushing him down. They have the ultimate in hand. The fault line has been used by Ian Dex with the lineup kill, gets 2. This is very much winnable for the side of Exotic Nexus. The match point may just not yet be found. Smoke has been used. He's just going to be running it out, trying to see if he can get something down. Neural theft has been used. He needs to get this. Scargod, this is all up to you, my dude. He has all of the information in the world. He needs to go in for the reload. 1v1 scenario. This is going to be so close. This is going to be so hard. But he does not know where he exactly is. He's playing his plan so well. And ladies and gentlemen, he's able to find it. But will there be enough time for the spike defuse? It's the real question.
Scargod should barely have enough time. It's gonna.
Oh no! Oh my god! It just blows, man. Extremely well played from Ian Dex. He played that so well and so perfectly with that double headshot lineup kill. Scargod though, I have to give it to this man. He did a really nice try. He didn't want to throw it out, but in these scenarios, you need to rush him, my dude. There is no way you're gonna be winning these rounds unless you take the fight to him. You need to take those risks. And expertly played by Ian Dex to play the clock down to the very last second. And Exotic Nexus, they are clawing their way back, and this is gonna hurt a lot when it comes to the mental game against Far Esports.
Far Esports, that round has got to hurt for them, especially with Exotic Nexus on that buy round DX able to pull out that huge clutch for his team.
What?
So much time. Now Scargod will take down Bad Love and look to push the advantage further. Instead, Collie taking down Scargod in garage. 4v4 situation. You see, Knight Rider with the op trying to hold down C long will peek right here, likely find 10p if he chooses to peek. Exotic Nexus, they're playing it very, very slow. Collie holding down in garage window, looking for someone to push in aggressively and take him down, not looking to make any missteps instead. Now SMX, he's pushed in through garage, will take him down. The flash coming in from Shivy to push in through B window means he takes down Collie as well. 4v2 situation for Far. Far not happy about losing that round whatsoever.
They're not happy at all, and they're coming in even harder, but 10p comes in with a Vandal, one tap, taking a Knight Rider who has the operator in hand. But as we're gonna be moving forward into this match, Shibby jiggling it out, spots out one, he's able to get out, has the information in hand. They need to play it slow,
30
they need to
seconds
play it
left.
tactically, and they cannot line up for those headshots once again. But we're gonna be seeing SMX going in for a huge flag, probably catching out Shibby, but 10B comes in huge, taking out SMX. He's able to go onto this A side. This is gonna be another 1 versus 3 clutch coming out from Exotic Nexus. The plan is just about to go down, ladies and gentlemen. 1 versus 2 scenario. CA.
10
you know
seconds
the rest.
left.
1v2, 8 seconds left. The Rolling Thunder will delay the spike, and with just 4 seconds left, he will not be able to get the spike down. That Rolling Thunder was boggers from the side of Shivy, able to delay the spike for
Match
enough
point.
time that they inherently get the round win. The kill they get towards the end, just for the sake of style. 12-6 for FAR Esports, and a chance to win this best of 3. It's been really close, but Whitehorse, SMX, Night Riders 17, 15, 15, leading the charts. Their teammates not too far behind though, 14 and 13 kills each. FAR Esports, they've really stepped up from map 2, and you can see the difference coming out. 12-6 now on the match point, looking to finish it, looking to get that guaranteed money spot in the upper bracket semi-finals and push Exotic Nexus into the lower bracket.
Yes.
Will Exotic Nexus make a 6-round run back? They definitely can, but we'll just have to see, because FAR Esports look insanely strong right now.
Esports, they're playing their angles right, and they are taking no chances. They could have opted to not use the Rolling Thunder, probably could have gone for the double peak to take out Nepu, but they didn't really go for any of that, and Nepu, being in such a bad scenario, had to go in for it. But we're going to be seeing a lot of deagle buys, a lot of broken buys from their side, and only one Vandal from Exotic Nexus. They need to try and make this work. They're stacking up outside of this A from the window angle, seeing if there's any sort of hyper-aggressive pushes from anyone in FAR Esports. As he's giving a like to everyone on the stream, he says hi to you all as Whitehorse. He is feeling it, and he wants to end it all as we're going to be waiting it out. 4 seconds left onto the clock before the round timer is about to end. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be seeing a hyper-aggressive push throw, and this may just hurt in the long run. And just as I say, 10B gets that pick up on the Star-God. But this is going to hurt so much. He does not get tagged out by the ultimate at the very least. 4 versus 4 scenario coming out for the side of Exotic Nexus. And FAR Esports able to take that side control onto A, and they're just going to be holding it strong. Bad Love uses the flash. Post-plant scenarios are being held. Our SMX, he finds one shock dart play, but in the long run, this is going to hurt so much. They need to just wait it out, see how they play this time. But in a post-plant scenario, what are you going to do? Especially against Deagles and that close range, this is going to hurt so much. With Nepo taking down FAR Whitehorse, but with Night Rider taking down one as well from the side. They need to try and take this, but SMX, he's going to be able to buy that headshot onto Collie. This is going to be hurting so much for their side. Under heaven play, but he's going to get taken down. 1 versus 3 scenario. Nepu, he has nothing. He gets taken out by Night Rider. And a win going out for the side of FAR Esports. Ladies and gentlemen, they move on to the semifinals round.
Defenders win.
13-6 in map 3 Haven. It'll be FAR Esports moving on to the upper bracket semi-final stage. Exotic Nexus, they fought admirably. They put up a really good fight, especially with their dominant win in map 2. But in map 3, SMX and Whitehorse just stepping up huge in this map. It meant that it's FAR Esports taking them down. GG, well played to both teams, because this was an intense best of 3. You see SMX with that 258 ACS, he will be picking up that MVP spot, and personally for me, he is the series MVP as well, especially with his Omen plays coming out in map 1. Now, what I wanted to talk about as we look through the Relive the Moment, brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 Notebook, powered by Ryzen 4000 series processors, perfect for gaming and multitasking. What I want to ask you, Aggressive, is we've seen, even yesterday in the upper bracket quarterfinals, we've seen a lot of these newer teams to this stage just when it comes to the very last moment, just not have enough mental fortitude necessarily to keep up with a bit more experience from this other side. And I feel like for these teams, going into the lower bracket is extremely helpful in the sense that they get some extra best of 3s in their regard. They get to do an extra little bit of practice, but they also get to fight with their backs against the wall. And I think that's where these teams look at their strongest.
Exotic Nexus on that last map when we saw Bad Luck perform on that race, he was playing out of his mind just because that was a do or die situation. You did not have that moment on your side, and he played out of his mind and he stepped up huge. But on a map like Haven, where it seems as though Far Esports just had the better strat book, just had the better play, just had the better fallout, just had the better rotations in general. They played Valorant at such a level that I don't think Exotic Nexus were prepared for it at all when it came to this, and Bad Luck didn't really have the showing that he wanted to have, and with the expert utility play coming out from everyone, it was so well done. So far, Esports take it all away from the side of Exotic Nexus.
Are Esports able to get that win? Will be moving on to the upper bracket semifinals. Exotic Nexus though, they're not done just yet. They'll be moving on to the lower bracket and fighting for a chance to come back. I think my favorite part about the way Far Esports played this map was that they were constantly making the right rotations, constantly communicating with each other, so that even when mistakes were made, their teammates were at their back ready to cover it up. That's what you want to see from a top tier team at the top stages of such competition. Now, that was the best of 3 series between Far Esports and Exotic Nexus. Far Esports with 13-6 scoreline in map 3 will be moving on to the upper bracket semifinals. We have one more best of 3 series coming up, and that one is going to be just as spicy as this, with Team Tamilas and Team Villainous playing in it. While we go set up for that series, make sure you check out the links in the description below. Check out the massive discounts we have for you with the LG monitors and upgrade your setup. Remember, Series 4 registration is now open, so you can take a chance to go down there, get yourself registered ASAP before they close. Now, while we go set up for the next series, get some popcorn for yourself, get ready for the spicy matchup about to come. We'll see you real soon with the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 3. See you in the next series and 8.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. and we don't need to